Dude. What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Real Estate Podcast, episode 140. I'm here with Griffin.
I'm here with Travis.
And I'm here with Adam.
Did you fall out of a chair or something?
I'm sorry. There's this video of this chick trying to jump off the second floor of her house and land on her feet, and she fucking busted her ass. I'm sorry.
If it wasn't live, I would have done it over, but
my bad.
it's live.
I ruined everything.
No, I don't know about that. It's alright. It's just episode 140, that's all. Don't worry, it's only me.
I mean, it was bound to happen at one point or another.
Yeah, like it's never happened before. So this week we watched the Clockwork Orange.
Yes, we did.
Orange, not orange.
Orange. Orange? How do you pronounce it? Orange?
I say orange, dude.
But
Orange.
some people pronounce it different. There's this guy from Michigan.
I bet he says it weird.
Well, they talk about football all the time. I haven't really been into football that much this year, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But they talk about Oregon, right? How do y'all pronounce Oregon?
Oregon, not Oregon.
That's how he pronounces it.
I know he does.
So Oregon, and I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I think he tried to wash my windows at the fucking red light the other day. Get out
I think I
of
bought
Oregon.
some sesame chicken from him.
Oregon. But but yeah, how would you mispronounce orange?
A lot
Orange?
of people. Well, a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people say Oregon,
That's
but it's Oregon.
yeah, it is Oregon.
I mean,
Origin?
Yeah.
I don't like that one. But anyway, yeah, we watched the Clockwork Orange.
yeah.
And I haven't
Do
watched
try the
this.
wine.
Do what?
Do try the wine. Do try the wine.
I haven't watched this in a while. I used to watch it on a somewhat regular basis, especially when I was younger. You know what I mean?
Do y'all remember the guy that? Of course you remember him. They're at the table, muscle man standing there, and the dude's like, "How's the food?"
Yeah. Would you like some wine?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So the director let
Mhm.
this motherfucker go at
All the way?
11, dude,
Yeah.
and did not. He didn't say tone it down a bit. Like he was like, he should have. It's like, dude, just
He was twitching.
bring it down a little.
Yeah, like
This is where you're at. This is where you should be, and there's like 2 foot in between that. So
3 fingers.
yeah, you should be
Gotta
3
put-
fingers.
Yeah, at least 3 fingers.
There's a lot of that in the movie.
A lot of over.
Yes, like a
Well-
play actor.
Yes.
You know, when you do a play, you have to act really big because of the people that are further back.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
why they do that.
Right.
But this was a movie.
Well, one of my favorite like performances in the movie.
Hello, boy.
No. Well, his is great, but 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. You know that guy. That guy. You know what I'm talking about? Like he's so over the top. Like he was, you know, like Arlie Emery, whatever his name. Like he was the British version of that guy. Like just so, you know.
I'm gonna say something I've never said before. This isn't my favorite Stanley Kubrick movie.
Well, it's not my favorite one either, but it was.
At one point though, it was like it was really high up there.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's just moved down a little over the years.
You
I
know
don't
what
know
I think
why.
it is? I think I know what it is because I'm in the same boat. Because like I said, I used to watch this movie on a somewhat regular basis.
Yeah.
And we got to think about the time, the age that we were when we watched this.
Kind of like
And-
with the last one.
Yes, because think
What
about
was that?
it.
What
Like
we were talking about? What was the movie?
2001.
No, we were The Shining.
Yeah, The Shining.
Oh no,
yeah.
it was 2001.
It was 2001 for sure. Yeah.
Kind of the same, you know,
Yeah.
like
You take more away from it.
as you
As
grow
it-
up,
as an adult, but with a Clockwork Orange, like as an angry youth, right? You're related more to the character of Alex and like what he's.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like he is the epitome of like angry youth, right?
Yeah.
To the utmost extreme. But
It's
as you
a
get
little
older,
extreme, but yeah.
yeah. But as you get older, you know, you realize that he's just a piece of shit. Like, and
He is
that's
a piece
just,
of shit.
and like, I think as we get older, we realize that the younger versions of ourselves were pieces of shit too. But you know what I mean, though? Like, just that whole attitude of like, I'm untouchable, nothing can happen to me, like I'm gonna get away with it. Just
Oh
this
yeah, the
fucking,
whole like, I mean, I'm not gonna die, right?
yeah,
You know,
yeah, like this
why
whole
would I die?
idea, yeah. So, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I guess as younger that I identified more with like, well, I mean, you know, even though it shows you in the movie, even when he's in prison, that like he got in good with the,
There's a name for that. It's my world. You're just living in it.
yeah, exactly. And it was Alex's world, and everybody else just was flowing through his
Yeah.
world.
Fuck them.
Yeah. But like, and it shows his whole thought process, like especially when he's in prison, he's like, I'm in here for 2 years and I got in good with the you know, pastor, whatever they're
Uh huh.
called, the clergyman, whatever. And he's like, but I read the Bible and I think about like me being the one that leads the charge and whips Jesus and all this stuff. Like, you know,
Yeah. It's like
you
that's not
sit,
what you're supposed to take away from it, dude.
yeah, like it's just that whole mentality that like he hasn't changed. He's probably not going to change.
Nah,
He's
dude, he's
just,
a piece of shit.
yeah, and that's just the way it is. But like I said, I think as I've gotten older and lived more and learned more about the
And
way
love
things
more.
are, yeah, it's just I just don't take away as much from it as I used to because like I mean, yeah, but when I was a kid, angry youth was something to me.
Yeah.
You know, why does shit always go wrong for me? Now I'm just like, of course it goes wrong for me
Yeah.
because it goes wrong for fucking everybody. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
that's just life. It never works out the way that you think it's going to, even when you're like Bill Gates. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well,
It doesn't.
even better, even when you're what's the Apple guy?
Um, fuck
What's the Apple
that
guy?
guy, Ashton Kutcher.
No,
Uh,
dude, the Apple
I'm
guy.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to connect the dots.
Hang on.
Didn't he play the Apple guy?
He did. Travis, what's the
Ash,
Apple guy's name?
Michael Fassbender.
You know, you got Bill
Steve
Gates,
Jobs.
you got Steve Jobs. All
Yeah,
right.
I had to
Filing
get there,
cabinet was
dude.
back there, dude.
I had to go through the movie
He's
cabinet
been
to get.
dead for a while.
I
But
know,
look, dude, he had all the money in the world
but he
and
couldn't.
not enough to save his life.
Well, but to be fair, didn't he try a lot of
Yeah,
like
he did.
holistic shit? Like, let's be honest here.
He was fucking stupid.
Yeah. So anyway,
And
that's a whole
then
different.
it was too late.
Yeah.
Once he was like, okay, the shaman's not gonna be able to heal me.
Yeah.
It was too late.
Yeah.
But still, like he had a shitload of money, dude. I mean,
Yeah. Shit just doesn't go
dude,
the way that you think it
never
does,
does.
and sometimes it goes better than
Yeah,
what you
dude, I
think it's
kind of
ever gonna
like
be.
it, man. I like it all random, and I mean, you
Yeah, it
never know
keeps you
what's
on your
gonna
toes.
happen, but
Yeah. Well, once you learn
it
to
ain't
like
boring.
well, once you learn to submit yourself to it and go along for the ride
Hmm.
and just not get too worked up. I mean, me and Adams had conversations about this stuff like recently
Yeah,
about like you just have to learn how to
gotta
go
go with
with
the
it
flow, man.
and just and deal with it in a positive way because if you deal with it in a negative way and
Well,
like
at the
back
end
to
of the day, it's still happening, so
yeah, and like a Clockwork Orange, like
might as well.
he was doing all this shit for the wrong reasons, and it puts him in this situation that he doesn't want to be in. And to be honest, he deserves to be in that situation. And as a younger person, like I felt sorry for him once he got out after he had this procedure done to him, and like he had no way of defending himself, this, that, and the other. But now, as a grown up or an adult, or like what society deems as an adult, I look back and it's like, no, he's getting what he deserves.
Yeah, he kind of
Like,
did it to himself.
I mean, he's put into
It's
the
his
same
fault.
position that he put all these people in. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Other than dying, other than killing somebody, like him being murdered or anything, like he's in the same position. He feels helpless. He can't do anything to defend himself, and he's just there.
Now,
He's just
with
existing in
that
the
being
moment.
said, I don't dislike this movie.
No,
I
I
really
don't
like this
dislike it.
movie. I've just noticed over the years how, at one time I was like, oh, it's kind of, just move
Yeah,
down the line a little,
yeah,
It ain't
yeah.
it ain't my favorite one by him.
No, and it's not mine. But I think what really did
But
it for
that's it,
me.
dude. It's growing up a little.
Well, I think what really did it for me was I was a huge fan of the movie, like from the first time I watched it, and then I read the book. And
Who wrote the book?
Anthony Burgess, right? Ain't that right, Trav?
Yeah.
Damn, this
So
dude's always making movies based off of books.
yeah. So he wrote the book, and see the problem with the book and the way that it was interpreted and like released and all that stuff was fucked because like he was from the UK if I remember correctly, and like when he released the book in the UK, like it
Did they
didn't get
ban
as
it?
well. It was one of those books that
Did they
eventually
burn
did
it?
get banned, but when it was released in the United States, they cut the last chapter of the book out, which is the most important
Which
part.
is the end of
It,
the fucking story, right? I mean,
well, it's the point. It's the whole point of the book itself.
everything comes together.
Well, everything like the way that the movie ends is the way that the
Mhm.
book in the U.S. ended back in the day. Like they
Oh,
come in there.
what happens in the book then? Because that's all I know.
So in the book, they reverse the procedure on him, and then there's a time jump.
Does he change?
Yes,
Of
he
course he
grows
does.
up. He becomes an adult. He realizes that what he was doing was wrong. He has empathy for people. He becomes because in the book he was 15. You know what
Because
I'm
the same
saying?
thing, but he went through the same thing. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, this is what
Yeah.
it's like? I don't like this.
Exactly. And that was the point. That's what made it so
Wonder why
powerful.
they cut that
Because
out.
I really don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me why they would cut that out of the U.S. release and
And
one
the
of the
movie.
most. Yeah, I know. And you know that Stanley Kubrick would have had to have read the original version of the book.
He probably read every version ever made.
Yeah, like why did he decide to cut that out? Like that's the point of the book itself because the whole time towards the end of the movie there's no redeeming of the character.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing. He tries to commit suicide. He's in the hospital. He lives. His parents come. They reconnect and all this stuff to the best of their abilities. But he's basically just using them still as a means to survive. And then that's it. They reverse the procedure, and he has this he listens to the music. He has this vision of this dude fucking this chick, and everybody's standing around in the snow. And then the movie goes off. There's
What's that guy's name? McDowell?
Malcolm McDowell.
This is like a damn breakout role for him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think he deserved an award for his performance.
I mean, how young was he when he? This had to be one of his first movies, right?
Probably.
It was in the 70s.
Let's see. How old was Malcolm McDowell?
He's 76 right now.
Let's see. He was 27.
Wow.
He was
younger.
He was playing a 15-year-old. He was actually 27 at the time of filming.
Mm-hmm. Hang on, I'm gonna be nosy.
See what his net worth is?
I just want to see. Well, he did a few things before, but it was like TV shit.
Right.
I think that was his first
big break.
Like real movie.
Yeah.
Figures in the Landscape, Long Ago Tomorrow. Those are the only two movies he's got before Clockwork Orange. Everything before that's TV. All British television,
Yeah. But his performance in the film alone is just so...
Well, he is the movie.
Yeah, I mean, really. Him being a narrator, his voice, how haunting it is, his facial expression.
Yeah, I like the scene where they're drinking the milk and the place, and they're all sitting there, and it does that zoom in on him.
Yeah.
That's a cool, you know.
Yeah.
They got those tables. They're like people.
Yeah.
What was the thing with the milk?
It had drugs in it.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. He says it's milk plus, and then it's plus Varicet and all this other stuff. So it's just milk plus.
I would thought they just like drinking milk, but they looked fucked up.
Yeah, yeah. So I really like that scene when after they do the zoom in, the first scene like coming into it, of them walking, and you see their shadows.
Oh yeah, dude, that's iconic, dude.
Yeah,
that's like that. This is Stanley Kubrick is full of just these scenes where it's like they're posters.
Yeah. Well, the
they're
way
art.
And even though it didn't happen a lot in the movie, but earlier in the film, like the first 30 minutes, his use of shadows in this film is unbelievable.
Well, it's dark.
Yeah. Well, but the shadows kind of become its own character in a way, because especially when they have that fight where where they're going to rape that chick and they show up and they have that fight, and it's just this over the top fight, but these shadows are going on and it's just all intermingling with one another. It's like its own form
like a ballet of shadows.
Yeah, yeah. And it's incredible the way that, and then the scenes with him in the chair, like
with his eyes open.
Yeah.
What's his name? The director said this is only going to take 10 minutes. It took way longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Look, y'all, he was in that shit so long. Those wide shots of him screaming, "Stop it," were like real. You know, like, and I think they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Because, after having those hooks buried in your fucking eyelids for, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes, you're going to be sitting there freaking out like, dude, this is enough. Like, goddamn.
In a straight jacket strapped to a chair. You know what I mean?
He's worth $70 million.
Malcolm McDowell?
Yeah.
Good on him, man.
Yeah, for real.
They said that whenever they were filming those scenes, putting those things in his eyes, that it scratched his retina.
Yeah.
Like it fucked his eye
dude,
up.
It was fucking in there.
Yeah.
That wasn't CGI.
Yeah.
And that's another poster. How many times, even like people that don't know the movie have seen that image.
Yeah.
It's been memed, right?
Yeah. And that image is enough to pull you into like, what's this shit about?
Yeah.
You know?
Travis was the first person that was like, you need to take this and watch it. Because I'd never watched it. Yeah, this is a long time ago. But, we've known each other. We're going on like, what, 15, 16 years, Trav? We know each other for a minute, but no big deal.
Y'all been places.
We go way back. But shit, I've known you about almost 10.
It's been dude. Yeah.
It's maybe past 10.
It's creeping up on 10.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Don't feel like it's been that long. Anyway, Trav was like, check this out. He had a copy,
Right.
I took it and watched it, and it seemed like I remember. Deidre likes this movie, right? Isn't it real high on one of her movies? Because I remember, I think we watched it one time too. Like we were hanging out. Yeah. Hey, when I said what I said earlier, though, I don't want anybody to think I don't like this movie.
Oh no.
It's just, you feel differently about it as you get older, and when I was younger, you nailed it. You nailed it when you said, like, when I was younger, dude, I didn't really think he was a piece of shit. But now when I watch it, I'm like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. Like, he's a bad person.
Yeah, he is a bad person, and that's why. Now, hear me out here. I'm gonna say something very controversial. Okay. I might not be able to run for government after I say.
You want me to turn the podcast off?
No.
Okay, all right. You going on record?
I'm going on record, dude. I think that we deserve an updated version of this film.
A remake?
Yes.
Where they do the original ending?
Yes. I'm being 100 and now look, I'm not trying to take away from Kubrick's vision or anything like that.
Well, they got to make it completely different. It can't look anything like this movie. You can't have the damn, you know.
Yeah, I know.
You got to take away. It's got to be updated.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just put it in the future.
Yeah. Well,
Teslas and Cybertrucks.
Because it takes place in the future already, you know.
Sure.
But that's one thing I really enjoyed about the movie was it takes place in the future. In the book, it takes place in the future, like almost a dystopian type future. But it's so minimalist. You know what I mean? It's just everything's such a fucking shit. Well, it's just a fucking shithole where he lives at that you can get away with not having futuristic shit there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's one thing that I really enjoyed about the movie itself. But I really do think that if they cast it right and if they get a very visionary director behind it and not recreate the movie, not anything like that, but just have someone create their own identity within the film and take it and run
Alex?
With it. Honestly, who I would have picked probably, I don't know, 5 to 7 years ago would be Daniel Radcliffe.
I can see that.
He's British. He's got
good actor.
He's a good actor. I honestly think that he could pull it off.
Now if they did this,
yeah,
it wouldn't go over well.
Well, but I think that that's one of those films like
it's a cult classic.
Well, it's a classic, but I think that it can be updated and it can be done in such a way to bring it to modern audiences because like
a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, I mean, other than like your circle of friends, who's seen this? You know, I
tried to get Jackson to watch it, and he didn't like it.
Of course,
it upset me.
Because I mean,
I just remember yelling at him. I was like, "You don't know art."
Yeah.
You know.
But you know what I mean? If I had to cast it now in that role, I would put Tom Holland.
Spider-Man?
Yes.
That's the one that plays Spider-Man now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I would put Tom Holland in it because he looks like he's 15.
It's so hard to picture him playing a dick, man.
I can see it.
He's like America's sweetheart.
Well, he's got a dark side. We just don't know about it yet. I'm waiting for the.
I don't think it'd work.
You don't think it would work?
It wouldn't go over well. I know that.
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is why I think it would be almost more relevant to release this film today as opposed to when it was released. Because think about it. They sit him in this chair. They force his eyes open. They inject him with this shit and force him to watch this ultra violent, over the top footage.
Yeah,
right?
Rotten.com.
So what do we see on social media every fucking day?
I watched enough violent stuff online to where I don't want to see it anymore.
Right, but think about it.
I topped out.
I can log on to Facebook at any point during the day, and there'll be a picture of somebody.
Somebody in a motorcycle wreck or.
Yeah, you see this ultra violent shit on your phones constantly all day long.
That kind of fucks people up though, man. Like they get used to it.
Exactly.
Like it don't mean nothing.
Yeah, that's the point. Like
it's just like, oh, decapitated person.
Yeah. The idea back like
10, 15 years ago, you'd have been like, oh my God. Yeah. Now it's like, I've seen worse.
Yeah, because the idea of it is like we've become as a society.
I feel like they've done that on purpose.
It feels like they really have.
By design.
Yeah, because we've become so numb to the notion of someone being
comfortably numb.
Injured. Yeah, to someone being injured and hurt. And it's like, all you want to know is the cozy details towards the end that this person lived.
Well, that's why when you see those people on TV and Hong Kong getting fucked on. I don't know about you, but I'm just like, huh.
Yeah.
Glad I'm not there.
Yeah. Because we've been subjected to that
Desensitized?
Since we were kids, dude. I mean, we've been
violence.
Yeah. So
do you think they've programmed us that way? That way when the shit does hit the fan and they actually need all these FEMA coffins that they have, people are, it's just like, well, that's just life.
It's not a far-fetched theory.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
And cell phone changed the world.
Well, that was one of the things that I really connected the dots to here, because it seems to be happening more and more often where you see these videos of people doing fucked up stuff. They're posted, like, especially with these cops shooting videos.
Well, what's weird is Facebook will put an ad on it and fucking make money off of it.
Yeah, exactly. So they're monetizing just human de-evolution, basically. Whenever
I remember,
you look at it.
back before Facebook, before MySpace.
Yeah.
Seeing something like that, you'd be like, whoa, shit, man. Like, but now when you see it, it's just like,
I don't want to see that. Yeah.
But it's for some reason, I don't know, man, like it lost its damn, it doesn't mean as much as it did back then.
No. Not
you
at
see it
all
all the time.
Yeah. And so that's the main reason, and that's one of the biggest things that I took away from it this time, as opposed to previous times that I've watched it, how, like, what they subjected him to. The only thing that they didn't do to him that they're doing to us is giving us a drug.
Yeah, well, they don't have to hold their eyes open. They just put a phone in their hand, and that does it.
Yeah. So, and
it's like they're doing it without doing it.
And would it work today? Probably not. Travis is right.
It wouldn't go over well, dude.
No, it wouldn't. But I think that it is more important now than it has ever been. Because
I don't think that there's a director out there that would touch that.
Yeah, well, you're right on that.
Yeah.
Greater.
I'd be afraid to.
I think the greater point of the film is not necessarily Alex's torture, but the reveal that it did nothing to him.
Oh yeah, it didn't even change him.
Yeah.
If anything, made him worse.
And the theme that he was already that mixed bag of a character.
Yeah. So yeah, you're 100% right on that, Trav. And would somebody touch it? Probably not. Should they?
It'd be one of those things where it could either be really good or really bad.
Yeah.
And it could be the end of your career.
Yeah. But
it would just end up being a movie about people doing whatever the hell they want in a lawless society.
Oh, you mean
and insert?
Now, what was that one movie where they?
Well,
what's that movie where it's one day The Purge?
Well, that coupled with insert whatever current message, social message that's trending.
Well, I think
would it be good? Probably not. Would it be bad? I mean, it's 50-50 across.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Is it mandatory? No.
I think we would just get another Jacob's Ladder.
I don't think it'll happen.
Well, I don't think it'll happen either. I mean, it's Stanley Kubrick. Who's going to touch that? I mean, look at all the King stuff that's happening. And is anybody talking about redoing The Shining?
I mean, they made another. I mean, there's one coming out, and Stephen King's like, it fixed it. He says it's better than The Shining. He's like, it fixed what The Shining fucked up.
Right.
Now those are some strong words, but
I think
that's the way he feels.
I think what makes the film enduring beyond your opinion of it from like growing up, whatever, is it's another masterclass in cinematography.
Dude, yeah.
He had a vision.
Yeah, and he brought it to life.
The vision.
Well, they constantly had those shots where it would just slowly pan away from them.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a great movie.
From a technical standpoint, it's got way more going on than a lot of his other films.
Oh yeah.
But that's the thing with Kubrick. Each film he cranks the volume up on a different part of the filmmaking process.
So this is the one that he did after 2001, right? 2001 came out in 69. So just 71 would have been this, right?
I think so. That sounds right.
And he fucking just stepped it up, dude. Like, with another fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
I'm going to it. He's got a short list, fellas. So he did 2001, 68. Wow, he managed to, and he'd probably already been working on it.
Yeah.
Here's what I know. If they remade this movie, y'all know what I say when I mean this. The comedy in this movie. There's some comedy here. There's a little campiness to it. I don't think they would leave that in. Not like it's in this one, because in this one there's a few characters. It's like, fuck 10, go straight to 11, run with it. But that's just part of it. Like,
that's part of the
when
experience.
those people come on screen, you can't wait. You're just like, yeah, do it, man.
Well, to me, it felt like that. The whole notion, the idea of like a 15-year-old kid having this organized gang of criminals at 15 is so over the top that everything else in the film seems like it needed to match that.
Wasn't everybody else doing it too, though? There was other gangs. Like,
well, it's kind of like,
like if you weren't in a gang, what the fuck were you doing?
I mean, being a good person. You know what I mean?
Yes, boy.
And that's the thing too. Like, there's nothing in Alex's life that should have led him.
He had a good life.
Yeah, there's nothing that should have led him down this path. But like,
bored.
he was just
bored.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that his family,
because he wasn't. I mean, they were normal.
Well, middle class, lower middle class family.
Had a nice record player.
Yeah. Had those little tiny tapes. I mean.
Yeah. Those answering machine tapes.
Well, I always wondered. As many times as I've seen it, there's never been a scene where I've been like, okay, that's where they brought it in. They never explain why the society is the way that it is.
Yeah, they don't ever touch on that.
No.
And there's scenes that show you that it's, like the shots of like the lobby area of Alex's house, or like the rooftops of certain areas and stuff like that.
It's a dangerous world that they're living in.
It's a shithole.
Yeah.
And it just makes me wonder.
Does the book touch on that?
I don't believe so.
Have y'all read the book?
Yeah, I have.
You read the book, Trav?
It was friended to me one year, but I never read it.
I've got it. If you would like to skim through it, sir, because it's a quick read. But the thing with
I've still got mine. It's part of the horde. I
feel like with the movie though, like, it's a masterpiece. What's the point? Like, other than the other ending. But when you read the book, did they explain why the world was fucking in shambles? Like, it's just society. That's just it. It's just kind of like the Joker movie. Things are just fucked up.
Hold on. Let me look it up, because I'm gonna go to the Wikipedia page.
I'm happy with the movie. I don't feel like I need to read the book.
So, Alex is a 15-year-old living in a near-future dystopian city who leads his gang on a night of opportunistic random ultraviolence. Alex's friends, Droogs, are dim, and then it goes through all them.
Would y'all say he was the smartest one in the group?
I think that he is.
They all kind of seem dumb.
Well, I think that he was very intelligent, but he let his own ego get in the way.
Yeah, he got too big for his britches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He went too far with it. But the way it feels, though, is they're just all goons.
Yeah.
And he's calling shots. He's like, all right, tonight we're going to rape a chick.
Yeah.
You know, why not? I'm bored. He did seem smart though, like he could have been something.
Yeah.
Do y'all kind of see American Psycho?
Yeah.
He's kind of got a, what's Christian Bale's character in that movie?
Patrick Bateman.
He's kind of got a feel like that.
Yeah.
He's a fucking psychopath, right? Like he's kind of got a,
Yeah.
you know, the music thing. This is like early American Psycho, dude. This is British Psycho. Like this is.
Yeah, I mean.
You know what I mean? Can you see the connection there?
And the fact that they're both just kind of unstable characters, because whether it be the film version or the book version, like Alex ain't got shit on Bateman.
No, of course, but he's, you know, the whole music thing, like he could do something and then just I just stab somebody to death. I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, he certainly likes sympathy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, right here, speaking of that, it says, all right, in the final chapter, Alex finds himself half-heartedly preparing for yet another night of crime with a new gang. After a chance encounter with Pete, who has reformed and married, Alex finds himself taking less and less pleasure in acts of senseless violence. He begins contemplating giving up crime himself to become a productive member of society and start a family of his own, while reflecting on the notion that his own children could possibly end up being just as destructive as he has been, if not more. It says that the book has 3 parts, each with 7 chapters. Burgess has stated that the total of 21 chapters was an intentional nod to the age of 21 being recognized as a milestone in human maturity. In 2000, the 21st chapter was omitted from the editions published in the United States prior to 1986. In the introduction to the updated American text, Burgess explains that when he first brought the book to an American publisher, he was told that U.S. audiences would never go for the final chapter, in which Alex sees the error of his ways, decides he has lost all energy for and thrill from violence, and resolves to turn his life around. At the American publisher's insistence, Burgess allows the editors to cut the redeeming final chapter from the U.S. version so that the tale would end on a darker note, with Alex succumbing to his violent, reckless nature, an ending which the publisher insisted would be more realistic and appealing to a U.S. audience. The film adaptation, directed by Stanley Kubrick, is based on the American edition of the book. Kubrick called Chapter 21 an extra chapter and claimed that he had not read the original version until he had virtually finished the screenplay, and that he had never given serious consideration to using it. In Kubrick's opinion, as the opinion of other readers, including the original American editor, the final chapter was unconceiving and inconsistent with the book.
Okay.
But I mean that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the story.
So
like,
they're saying that Americans wouldn't have bought the idea that he just grew the fuck up.
Yeah.
But we all do. I mean, I don't know about all of us, but we have. Right?
Yeah.
I would have been all right with the ending, but
I always took away from the story that just you are who you are,
yeah,
good or evil, and your environment is either going to ramp it up or forge you into something else.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, dude. I don't question whatever Stanley Kubrick decides to do.
Or that human nature, you're going to do what you really want to do.
Yeah. You're constantly making decisions, right? Like that's, as a human being, I mean, that's all you do is decision making.
And every decision will affect your outcome. Like every little thing you do. If you decide to get up 2 minutes from now and go to the bathroom, you might break your fucking toe. You don't know.
Yeah.
Or fall in the toilet.
Yeah. You know.
I don't know.
Or that the consequence of whatever social action you choose, from this movie's perspective, shows that in the end, no one really has to care or that we choose to care.
Yeah.
And how easy it is not to, and some of the consequences that could spawn from it.
I gotta say, I kind of like the ending in the movie a little more. It's kind of like No Country.
Right.
You want the hero to win.
Yeah.
Shit don't pan out. You know, you don't get to end it. I didn't think it was going to end that way. I was like, he's going to get away with his money. He's going to be sitting on the beach fucking drinking.
In all the viewings that I've ever had of Clockwork Orange, though, even from the first one, though, I never found myself sympathizing for Alex.
Right.
And I feel like it was because I always went in with the understanding that this is a movie about, it's just an odd film, but it's an odd story centered around a bad person.
Right.
Yeah. and I don't want to change that. I like that.
And how evil is evil.
I don't feel like I feel like it was a good call leaving it the way. You know, like they tried to fix him, dude. He's sitting there like pretending to be a good person. No, that's the thing is when he's like, I'm reading the Bible, I've changed. He's like, man, I wish I could have been the person standing there just whipping Jesus myself. And it's like, dude, whoa, shit, dude.
Well, it shows you that even though everyone is capable of redemption, they're not.
That's not always going to happen.
Well, some are not deserving of it, and some of them it's just clearly not going to be an option for you.
Right.
It kind of shows that the little underbelly of that whole argument too, where you have these people that think that everyone's, they can,
everyone can change.
The don't blame me for my past people, like
yeah.
Because if your decisions are what ultimately lead to the outcomes of your future,
if they released Alex,
then the past not mattering kind of fucks that up.
If they sent Alex back into the world, he was going to do exactly what he did to get himself in there. He was going to do it again.
Yeah,
which is exactly
my version.
What happens to most people.
Yeah.
It also kind of highlights how the reformatories that those types of institutions we have don't necessarily work.
Yeah,
because it's like you can show, hey, all these things are bad if you do them, but we can't make you do them, so we're just going to keep telling you to do these, please.
Yeah,
and the only thing tying anyone to it is that little bullshit social contract spiel that
Yeah. Oh, I agree. But yeah, I mean, yeah, people are just inherently bad. They're gonna stay that way. And but
sometimes you can't fix bad.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
I mean,
Charles
really.
Manson.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an interview with him on YouTube, and he said, y'all have heard this. He said, what do you think's gonna happen if I get out of here? And they're like, well, we're not gonna let you out. So
Yeah.
I mean, he died in there, dude.
Yeah.
They asked him, what would you do if you got out? He said, I'd probably go outside and sit on the grass, look at the sky. It's like, all right. I mean, he was just one of those people. Like, if you let him out, that was a weird noise.
Well,
if you let him out.
With all of the cases that we've seen, and I mean, as the meme goes, any white person who's ever watched a documentary on serial killers, most of these people are really far gone, clearly, and for the sake of being dignified, we lock these people up in four walls. We take someone who is already by definition crazy, and we put them in a situation where
it's going to drive them crazy
more.
Yeah, once you put them in there and lock them up, put them in solitary, and
so I said all that to say, do we is it better off
to put them down?
From a financial, from an economic, from an economical and a psychological standpoint, is it better to put these types of people down? Now, when there is a clear case,
they're not like
this person, like
Ted
there's
Bundy.
There's no chance of reforming.
They put him down.
Do we just keep throwing up the counter argument of everybody being a unique case, and we just keep paying these psychologists
thousands of dollars, dude,
individuals,
thousands of dollars,
when really no, because that's something that I noticed too. Nothing ever really gets achieved from a lot of these interviews, other than we just know now that a person that butchered their family, they're crazy. Oh, now we really know they're crazy because we had so and so sit in a room with them and talk to them. We know they're crazy. And we're just going to keep them in this room, and we're just going to keep having. And
they're going to let other people talk to them. They're going to bring other people in. Well, maybe you can have a breakthrough. Y'all know the Batman guy, the guy that killed the people at the Batman movie?
Yeah.
Recently, a few years ago, they released. They did a thing where they brought a psychiatrist in to talk to him, and these conversations were like 4 hours at a time.
Jesus.
And they flew him in on a private airplane. And brought him in. They spent all this money just so he could talk to this psychiatrist. So this psychiatrist could be like, yeah, he's fucking nuts.
Right.
Yeah, we already knew that. I mean, why spend all this money?
Yeah.
We knew he was nuts. One of the greatest interviews ever, before they executed Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Have you seen that interview where he's like, I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
If you let me out, I'm going to be a piece of shit. This is the best thing that can happen.
Yeah.
I got to die. And he was like cool with it. He was like, hey, this is the only way. If you let me out of jail, I'm going to hurt people.
Yeah.
Bet. But it's weird that they put him down. But they kept Manson in there for his whole life. And he got parole hearings.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch the parole hearings on YouTube where he comes in there and he's like being real nice, and he comes in there, he's got his hair combed, and he's yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, and as soon as they're like, yeah, we've denied you parole, he's like, what the? He turns into a completely different person.
Right.
You can, as soon as they say no, his face just changes, and it's like, oh, there's the evil motherfucker we know.
Yeah.
He should have never had a parole hearing, dude. How much did it cost to hold that parole hearing? Like,
the rent is too damn high.
Yeah. I like the way this movie ended. I'm glad they didn't, Kubrick knew, he read the book.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I like this ending better. Like, some people can't be fixed.
Yeah.
Some people are just fucking evil.
Right.
And it's a masterpiece. Every movie that this guy makes is it's a workshop, dude.
Yeah.
They study these movies in film schools and shot for shot. We're not talking about just the acting. We're talking about the cinematography. Like, this is how you make a movie.
Well, Kubrick's penchant for detail,
yeah,
almost demands that when you watch his movies that you take in all the aspects of
everything.
Of the film.
Everything that's there is there for a reason.
Because once again, and I believe this movie is the big enchilada, that Kubrick is not for everyone.
No.
Not in the not at all. A Clockwork Orange isn't a film I would necessarily. It's not one of the first films I would throw out in recommendations.
Well,
for people.
You got to know the person you're recommending it to.
Yeah,
and I think part of this that ties to what you said earlier, Griffin, is that this is a gateway film into something that's because I feel like another thing that makes it to where when you subsequent viewings of the film where it loses its luster a little bit is that this movie was strange, really strange and odd the first time you watched it, and it opened the way for you to start watching other films that are just as absurd,
Yeah.
and just as
It's a
wonky. You know,
it's a gateway movie, a gateway film.
You watch this, or I mean, you know, and there's you know, I guess it just depends on who you get to first, because you know, one can argue as well that if you can handle Terry Gilliam, then you can surely handle Kubrick, or vice versa.
Right.
But these
It's a
these
type of
different-
person.
These stories that deal with really unconventional settings, very disturbed leading characters, and you know, while that's a thing that clearly the three of us are cool with, and eagerly await the next new one that reinvents it a little bit.
Joker.
But
Yeah.
Joe Blow, that doesn't mean Joe Blow down the street's gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
And not because it's absolutely not on the level of like it's not, you know, not because of the age, because there's plenty, you know, you can sit and be like, all right, well, one guy could probably watch Easy Rider, and then you throw this on, and they're like, get this shit the fuck off of here.
Well, we all know those people, dude. They're just not. When it comes to films,
I think for today's standards, you don't watch a Kubrick film unless you're looking for, like, you've researched.
You want to go deep.
Yeah, you're not.
You're
on
going
that,
deep,
that
dude.
level of your cinematic journey.
You're fucking
watching different, you know.
You're spelunking, dog.
Yeah.
You're going down the dive. And I know people. Y'all know people in your life, like, they wouldn't watch this movie. They wouldn't like this movie.
No, they would. They because
10, 15 minutes in, they about turn this shit off.
Because there's an audience.
It's just it's too deep for them, dude.
Yeah, the mainstream audiences, they're not necessarily wanting to sit there and get a deconstruction.
They want to be
spoon
fed.
Well, they want Brick Mansions with Paul Walker.
Yeah. I like that.
Mindless, turn your brain off, go get the girl and save the day.
Yeah, they want to be spoon fed.
I'm just as big a fan of those as well.
Sure.
But there's definitely a niche audience for the cerebral film.
I like when a movie lays it on you.
Well, and
Thick.
I think that the reason for that is because just like the Joker, just like with this, just like, I mean, we can name countless other movies. They challenge you as an individual. They make you question.
They make you think.
Well, they make you question your own thoughts and your own actions. Because think about it. How many times have one of us had a bad day to the point where we're like, I would fucking love to just fuck somebody up right now? You know what I mean?
What's that movie, Travis, where the guy goes postal?
Falling down?
Falling down.
You know, like stuff like that.
How many times you want to do that? Just say, fuck it.
Exactly. So those films are there. They're created, they're made, all this stuff to challenge a normal average moviegoer as to like what's your breaking point gonna eventually be? Because like, I mean, think about it. Look at the Joker. Look at this movie. Like this movie in particular. Like there's no reason. Nothing has happened to Alex.
No, dude. What's he got to be pissed about?
Well,
dude, he's just bored, man.
He's not a product of his environment. He's just a manifestation of just evil almost.
And one could argue that the performances themselves are purposely driven in that it's not camp for the sake of camp. It's camp to show you just how strange not just Alex is, but how individually everyone is.
Yeah.
And I feel like for people who aren't wanting to, you know, who don't want to take that extra step to be like, okay, what is this weird movie where everyone
why is this shit? It's so bizarre.
Where there's so much underlying sexual.
Yeah.
You know, and deliberate, because you know we're also given the quickest sex scene ever made.
Yeah.
And
well, they speed it up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw his dick.
Yeah,
did y'all see his dick?
I just know that there's people who will watch it that will probably take away something like we do, and then you have people that probably watched it one or two times and was just like, oh, look at how goofy they are, but yet they're getting away with all these fucked up things.
See, my problem is I know more people that wouldn't like this movie than I do people that like it.
Yeah.
And that's like family members and just certain kinds of people. Dude, after you spend some time talking to someone,
you
just spend a little time with them. I could be like, oh no, that's not their thing. I can make that call for them.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, they're not really into that though. They're into fucking, I don't know, The Good Place or something. They're into.
At the time I watched the film for the first time, it was making its round, through my group of friends, and it was for the edginess. It was for the clean awkwardness of how films were back in the 80s.
Yeah.
You gotta, like something like Hellraiser.
Was this around high school?
Yeah.
And this is one of those movies that, like, not everyone's seen it. So it's one of those things, like, it's been around forever.
Yeah.
But how many people that's watched it? It's like, and it's, it's like a little niche crowd,
We're definitely part of the generations that have taken the movie and embraced it in its half-life, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
dude, I own this shit on Blu-ray.
Like, the people who were there to witness the film when it dropped were probably just like, y'all like that fucking movie?
I can tell you how much money this movie made. I can tell you the budget, $2.2 million. How much y'all think it made?
30.
30?
Yeah.
71.
Wow.
It's come out. No, it came out in 71. You're looking at like 25.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Yeah, because it's not made for everybody.
It's not made for everyone. And this movie, now I can't imagine seeing this movie in the 70s. It's ahead of its time. I think a lot of his movies are ahead of their time.
Yeah.
It ages, man. Over time, it's like a fine wine. This movie ages.
This is a movie that you would find on that stack of films that every
it's on every goddamn list, dude.
If
there's a list out there of films to watch, this movie's on it.
Well, but I'm saying it's one of those movies that falls on the stack with, like, a lot of movies that people would get into at that time. A lot of more gateway films to odd movies. Like, you would definitely see this in some college kid's dorm on top of a copy of Fear and Loathing.
Yep.
Fight Club. Yeah, like it's part of that new starter kit for, hey, I'm going to get into to stuff that tries to
challenge you.
You know that person.
And then you kind of it helps in deconstructing yourself for what you do, the taste that you're really into.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people probably watch those movies, probably watched them over and over during their late teens, early 20s, alcohol, drug bender, shit like that, where they're just, they've got a movie on and it's
they were probably fucked. A lot of people were fucked up the first time they watched this. It's one of those movies where you're getting fucked up with people and they're like, have you seen A Clockwork Orange? Because that's what we're watching,
Which sucks.
It's one of those movies.
Which sucks because that kind of gives it, and the other films in their own
It fucks on it a little bit.
It kind of shits on it all because you want to be able to be like, hey guys, let's watch A Clockwork Orange, but at the same time, it's now.
You're like, yeah, I know what you're saying. It's in that group. It's in that 540 group. You know what I'm talking about.
But it's like, man,
it's like, come on, man.
Why would we watch that when we can watch insert modern better stuff?
Yeah.
I feel like it's about to tuck itself along with other films kind of back in the back of the closet again for a while.
Well,
and then it'll resurge itself again.
We've all got that list of movies that means something. Like, these are the movies, like the shit that shaped us.
One of the things
this is one of them.
Some of these movie lists, because I've been pulling from them for years.
Well, I gotta tell you, dude,
trying to tackle some.
I want to throw this out there just in case you say this before I do. Kubrick's got more films on that goddamn list than anybody.
Well, and also
anyone.
To his advantage, Kubrick has them on there, and like for instance, you can watch this one and go, you might be too old to give a shit about the message.
Yeah.
But you could turn around and have a completely profound experience watching fucking 2001.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Completely different. Like night and day.
Yeah.
Like and this is the movie this was his follow-up.
Yeah.
From 2001, y'all. After he released 2001, a cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah.
He went in and released this one. Dude, whatever, any movie this guy's ever made is fucking gold, dude. Look, man, I know we all like Jurassic Park, especially the first one. But fucking, what's his name? What's the director? He ain't got shit on this motherfucker, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he made Jaws. Come on, dude. He ain't that deep, dude.
Maybe. Well,
he ain't that deep, man.
You're right in that respect, but
hey, the deepest movie he's got is probably AI, and that's a Kubrick movie because he approached him and was like, "I want you to make AI."
But can we really?
You can't compare the two.
Can you really hold that argument though? When you have shots like the big reveal of the ships in Close Encounters,
dude, he's amazing. But could you imagine Close Encounters if Stanley Kubrick made it? Huh? Could you imagine that?
But I mean, you know,
I love Steven Spielberg, Travis.
Where Kubrick wants to get in your head, where Kubrick gets in your head, Spielberg
gets in your heart.
He does
that by showing you more real shit than Kubrick does.
Yeah.
Spielberg will straight up show you some horrors of war, which I've always thought is badass because he's done a lot of films where he keeps it to where anyone can watch it, but on his war films, you're gonna see limbs get blown the fuck off. You're gonna
he even worked on video games. He worked on video games for PlayStation 2.
Yeah, there's
video games.
I don't know. There's a level of like.
He's a completely different filmmaker.
Yeah.
He's a J.J. Abrams.
Right,
him and J.J. Abrams, like J.J. Abrams is our Spielberg. Like they're on the same level for me. They're like.
I mean, Abrams has definitely proved himself now for sure.
Now, yeah.
I'm sure there's definitely those select few that would argue that point, but I think that
he's a Spielberg to me, man.
The body of work that Abrams has now is he's a blockbuster director. That's what Spielberg became.
Yeah,
probably always was if you think about it.
Now, Spielberg definitely probably made more money. For sure,
now,
right?
What's going to be interesting for Abrams is going to be when we finally get those very personal. There's not a journey. There's not a. I mean, we kind of got that with Lost, but there were still fantasy elements thrown in there.
Yeah.
But like a legitimate, there's no. It's just a real situation that we watch happen over the course of.
Let me throw this at you. Here's something I have with Abrams. He'll come in with something. He'll come in with it strong, dude, and he'll drop a masterpiece, and then he steps away and let other people fucking make the rest of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big problem, dude. He spreads himself too thin, man. He can't be there for everything.
Yeah.
He'll start something. Star Trek, Star Wars, Cloverfield, you name it. Whatever, even Lost, dude, Lost. But he started Lost, but he had to step away and let other people come in, and he gets it started. He's a good starter.
That same tactic, Adam, though, is what's going to make you go to his next movie, though.
I wish he could stick around, though, because, dude, he could have been the head of Star Wars. He could have been the head.
But I mean, if you were good at your craft, would you really want to be pinned down to one thing? Like that's what you do.
I mean, if it was Star Wars,
I mean,
Star Wars is one thing.
Personal taste aside, though.
Star Wars is one thing. I mean, but it's cool that he did. Dude, his Star Trek movie, that first one, the second one. I don't think I saw the third one, But I was just like, oh shit, he fucking brought Star Wars back. I mean, Star Trek, like he brought it back. Like, dude, people that didn't even like Star Trek before liked it.
Oh, it blew my mind when I went and watched.
I saw it in the
first
theater.
one in theaters.
He brought it back, dude.
There were people there that I would never in a million years have been like, you dig Trek?
No, of course they don't. They were just there because it was a blockbuster film.
Well, I will say it was pretty cool. I was around a lot more Trekkies than I thought, and I guess it goes to show you can't judge a book by its cover, because there was at the screening, I'll never forget it because I just thought it was interesting. At the screening of Star Trek that I went to, I
saw it at the old theater, dude. I think that's the last movie I watched there.
Well, I watched it at the rave, and before the movie started, I think this was this was the day after it came out. It was that Saturday, I guess. And before the movie started, they had some people came out, and it was people with the theater, obviously, but they had a contest, and they did a questionnaire, and it wasn't easy questions. Like, it was stuff that I would have that you would hear at like a convention. Like, what did Gene Roddenberry create or say about this?
Yeah.
And people would chime in, and
little Trek trivia.
They would go in on these like 3-5 minute explanations, and to explain,
like they know their shit.
Yeah, and I just thought that was really, really cool. It was one of the first, because I've never been to any of those major cons. It's something I've always wanted to do. It's some bucket list shit that I've always had cooked up, but that was like almost like a little taste of something like that, with like the Q&As and what have you.
Look,
but I was just surprised at the number of people that were there, which I guess with
and you're like, look at all these closet Trekkies. You had no idea.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you thought it was a dying breed.
They were, yeah. Well, I mean, I went sheerly off of the thing that I watched Trek with my dad.
Yeah.
Same.
And so that was a thing for me. And surely it was, clearly it must be with everybody, a lot of other people. That's the beauty of franchises like Star Wars, Star Trek, and even the Marvel.
What's the new show called? The new Star Trek show?
Discovery. Because
of J.J. Abrams, that had room to grow. He brought it back to where it was like, okay, we got.
Well, here's what's badass is that Discovery is made by the people who made us Hannibal, which I still don't know if y'all have.
Well, that's a great TV show.
Watching it yet, but
I haven't seen it all, but I've seen some of it. It's pretty damn good.
That guy's take on the Hannibal Lecter character. I've never read any of Thomas Harris's novels, so I don't have that standpoint going into it. But as far as the on-screen depictions of Hannibal Lecter, that show is the best. And they went from making a cannibalistic serial killer show to a hardcore
sci-fi,
and they did it clever as well. They've done it to a point where when the show started, it started incorporating
good
elements of the timeline with like Kirk, Spock, and
kind of like how Abrams did when he did his movie. He fucked with the timeline.
Well, you had Commander Pike as well, which, unless you were an old Trek fan and watched the original,
some people probably didn't even know who that was.
When Commander Pike was the captain of the Enterprise, when they brought it in for Star Trek 2008, when Abrams did that and had Pike be the captain, kind of like how it was in the old show, it's just, I don't know.
That show's really good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Discovery is great, but the best thing narratively that show has done is being as spoiler free as I can. The show has literally wrote itself out of continuity, so they can now do whatever
they do their own thing,
which was really
well. That's
awesome.
What Abrams did when he did his. He found a way to split the timeline and say, okay, this is happening.
Well, the things that the ship that this particular ship in this show doesn't line up with the technology and the things that they were able to do throughout the older shows, because that's the thing about Discovery is it's taking place closer to the original series.
But they're like more advanced.
Yeah.
Way more.
Well, the ship is more or less like they're a traveling Area 51.
Yeah.
They have a lot of really questionable technology.
It's bigger on the
certain
inside.
There's an aspect about their ship that has ethical.
They're on a whole nother mission.
They're dealing with like types of faster than light travel that relies on being attached to an organism.
It's really cool.
And, yeah, really, really, really good.
I was impressed by it. Like it's a CBS primetime show. And y'all see the primetime shows we're dealing with now. Like it's just like, ugh. Sometimes it's just like it's a disaster. But they did it, man. I hope that shit goes on for years, and
the thing
it'll
about
live on that streaming service. It'll live.
And my support for it, I feel like I'm part of a small group because a lot of the hardcore Trekkies don't like Discovery, and it's because it is a different feel.
Yeah.
It's not this episodic. It's not like the Next Generation or the other shows where every episode it's a whole new scenario. It's tethered by.
I've watched about half of that first season, and I like it. Like I can keep watching it. It's Star Trek as fuck, dude. You know what I'm saying? Hello? Hello? Uh-oh, what's happening? I can't hear you guys. Can y'all hear me? Did y'all hear me? Hello? All right. I'll keep talking. I'll just keep talking. They had a power flicker. We had a power failure.
I'm back. Sorry.
Griffin's back. There he is. I started to get worried. I knew something happened.
Yeah, me and Trav were like basically on the same power
On
line.
the same grid?
Yeah, so I guess either somebody had it's raining over here, so who knows?
Is it raining?
Yeah, it was pouring rain like fucking
Dude,
crazy.
it was foggy as fuck this morning. Was it foggy there?
No, it wasn't foggy
Dude,
at
this
all.
morning it was so foggy you couldn't see 5 foot in front of you.
I hate that, man.
Oh, dude, that's a lot of rain, dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right, well, I'm here. We're here. He'll be back. Him or be back. That's why I sent y'all a message. I was like, hey, did you reply on your cell phone?
Yeah, I did. Travis's power went out too, so it must have been a wreck or
well, it's probably just some power lines or something like.
Yeah, it was
the fact that you're up and running, it didn't take a line out or something. It was just a flicker. It's probably some lightning.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that shit to happen.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was me for a second because I was like, hello? I caught it as soon as it happened because we were like mid-conversation. And then y'all stopped replying, and I said, can you guys hear me? And I got nothing. I said, oh, okay. But him would be back.
Yeah, but we're back.
I just kept it going. I kept it cooking. I kept it running.
I was trying to remember. Travis was talking about Star Trek.
We were talking about Star Trek and, you know, how they broke away. They did their own thing. A lot of the Trekkies, not a fan of. But here's the thing, dude.
Can y'all hear me?
We hear you, but here's the thing. We were just talking about this. You were talking about how a lot of Trekkies, man, they're not into that series. But here's the thing, dude. If there's anything I've noticed in all my many years of living, Trekkies are the hardest motherfuckers to win over, dude.
Yeah, they are.
They're hard to win over. But I like the show. Travis was like, "You gotta watch it." So I copped season 1 and 2, and me and Trav watched some clips online. I fired it up. It's great. It's fucking Star Trek, dude.
See, I haven't watched any of it, but
you got new people, and then they're doing fucking Picard, right?
Yeah, they're doing
yes.
that.
And
What's up with that? Has that dropped yet?
No.
Ooh, that's gonna be big, dude.
I'm very eager.
We're
to
living
watch
in the age of comic books and sci-fi.
Well, it's the age of the comeback, really, when you think about it.
It's the age of the motherfucking comeback, dude. Like, everything's coming back, and it's like they finally figured out.
People want what they want.
Well, they finally figured out who their fucking audience is.
Well, it's also the cyclical nature of it. Sure, we had action films.
And we'll still get those.
We had the scattered, hero film here and there. But
they just dropped a Rambo movie.
Most of the 90s most of the 90s and 2000s for me, as far as coming to theaters this Friday. We had such an oversaturation of stoner comedies, rom-coms, buddy cop films. Think of how many came out in just that 20-year time span. And which is funny to me when you hear people now bitching like, well, there is a superhero. It's like, well, like anything else, the other shit had its time.
Look,
sure enough, the more serious films, the 2000s was littered with the indie film.
Yeah.
But here's what you got to look at, man.
The biggest films from that decade were indie films. Like,
what you got to look at is who's fucking
every woman
buying.
You talk to that
who's buying
Garden
tickets
State.
now? Who's buying tickets?
Yeah,
when you go to the theater, who's buying fucking tickets? That's what you got to look at. My grandfather, he ain't buying tickets. He'll go to the movies.
Yeah.
He'll watch that shit on Netflix. He ain't going to the movies, dude. Who's going to the movies now? Us.
Well, it's usually the head of households.
We're going to movies now.
Yeah.
The nerds have finally arrived. We've stepped up.
But those statistics get kind of hard, though, because, even though
Harper and Shaw, what's that Shaw movie? What's that?
Hobbs and Shaw.
That's not my cup of tea.
Well, even though, like for instance, me and Griffin.
Sure, it made a fortune.
We would happily go watch whatever sci-fi, action, thriller, horror film, even a good drama. But at the same time, we're the same people that would turn around though and buy whatever film the lady wants.
Yeah. Of course.
If she wants to go see the romance where there's not a lick of anything but dinner scenes and getting blown off, and then the guy realizes he shouldn't be a shithead, so he makes it up to her, and they end up.
I'm not above it.
Like, so I feel like it's hard to, because those same people are buying all the different types of tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, like, you got to think of it this way too. It's like you said, we've been there and done that. They can't reinvent that wheel. That's why I'm gonna go on record and say that I think that with films like The Joker, with films like Watchmen, with films like you've got like Sin City, like think of I mean you can take a comic book of anything and convert it into something live action, and it's going to be a comedy or a drama or sci-fi.
They'll find a way to work that comedy in.
For instance, Todd Phillips is a lazy fucker, man. Watch Taxi Driver and The Joker within.
I watched a video the other day
to keep it in recent memory.
Nah, dude.
Watch that movie and you will realize just how lazy of a screenwriter Todd Phillips is.
I watched a video the other day where they compared the two. Also, The Comedian, which was a movie that starred what's his name? He got shot in the face in the movie.
But what makes that movie,
dude? It is Taxi Driver.
Some of the best ideas is just another idea rebranded.
Yeah.
Some of them are, and not
every
not even
filmmaker
rebranded.
steals from something.
But it's pretty fucking blatant. Though,
But they all
Joker,
steal
man.
from something, dude.
They do. But what I'm trying to get to is that
Stanley Kubrick didn't ever write a movie.
He
read a book and fucking made a movie based off of it. Like
he did some shit that showed that it worked, and that was
it was amazing.
Take a serious fucking film like Taxi Driver, and then just paint over it with whatever graphic novel.
Put a little clown makeup in there, dude.
Find. It's like a puzzle. Find which movie pairs with what hero.
It worked.
And you can do it because the artists and the writers of those stories were just as influenced by those films as the filmmaker wanting to adapt the comic.
He might be lazy, but you didn't make that goddamn connection before he did. I would never be like, you know what'd be awesome? A goddamn Joker movie that just, it's like Taxi Driver rebranded.
I don't think it's lazy. I think that was a poor choice of word. I think it's more just an easy, he saw something, like you said, he saw something no one else saw, realized how fucking easy that would be, and he capitalized on it.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
Taxi Driver is one of those movies too. It's on that list. It's on the list.
It is if you haven't seen it, approach it the same way you would a Clint Eastwood film. A lot of
low
talking,
and slow.
a lot of talking, and then the last 30 minutes just
enjoy the
shit
ride.
Here's the weird thing.
If you don't wear a seatbelt, get ready to get slung around.
Here's the weird thing about it. My grandfather, dude, he's 74. He likes Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Probably not gonna like the Joker.
Right.
But he likes Taxi Driver.
Well, I don't know. Let him try it. I dare you let him try
it. He's already on this whole Robert De Niro fucking bandwagon, dude. And I'm like, dude, he's an actor,
well, then
man.
He's gonna love this fucking movie.
Yeah, I told him, hey, you know what happens at the end of Joker? He blows that motherfucker's brains out.
Why is there an issue?
And he was like, I'd like to see that. Well,
tell him give it time. Like,
well, I mean, you know, have you heard his political views?
They've been made clear to me throughout the years.
But that don't bother me. A good actor's a good actor. I like Tom Hanks. Do I agree with everything he says when he's not in a movie? Fuck no. But he's a good actor, you know?
Yeah, I'd still hang out with him.
Yeah, dude. And you know dude, I feel like Tom Hanks would be the nicest motherfucker you ever met, dude. He'd be so goddamn nice to you.
Yeah.
I think that's real.
Yeah.
I think that's real. For him, the way you see him, the way he interacts with people, like, that's real. That's him.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be happy too if you were worth like $300 million? I'd be real happy. I would love everyone. I'd be like, hey, I don't give a fuck if you hate me. I got a lot of money. I'm happy. I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So, do y'all want to rate the movie?
A star. I give it a star, dude. This movie belongs. There's a film list of like movies that you gotta watch if you like film.
Mm-hmm.
Notice I didn't say movies. I said film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm over here. I got my pipe out. I'm fucking packing a damn cold bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This movie is on that list.
Right.
You got to see this.
Yeah.
Along with every other goddamn movie he's ever made. And earlier when I brought up Steven Spielberg, I don't like all his movies.
No.
I like most of them. Don't like them all though. Some of them I'm like, this is alright. I mean, you know, it's a Spielberg joint.
Yeah.
But this motherfucker.
Is it safe to say though that I don't know? I feel like if someone's listening to this, they've clearly watched this movie.
they've seen it. If they're listening to a film podcast,
they've
seen
no
this
harm,
movie.
no foul on the ones that haven't. But I mean, I feel like if you give a shit about movies to the point that you're going to listen to a movie podcast, I feel like you've probably
seen A Clockwork Orange.
So I feel like a lot of,
and if you haven't,
but it's
what the fuck you doing with your life?
It's one of those movies that I feel like you don't mind being reminded about. It's one of those movies you don't care to take a second to talk about because it's good.
Like every movie this guy's ever made is good, dude. Like,
yeah.
But I could say that about Spielberg. I didn't want to get into the whole, they're completely two different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Could you imagine a Spielberg Shining? No, you can't, because that didn't happen.
Dude, just imagine with today's cinematography. Imagine today a Stanley Kubrick film, just a good 2 hour slow
Oh my God, dude.
From him, with just a well crafted story.
Yeah, it would be amazing.
Enough eeriness to keep you tense, but enough interesting content to make you fucking sit through every damn weird frame he throws at you.
Yeah. So do y'all want to talk about the
Well, I rated it. Are y'all gonna rate it?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Goddamn.
I'm gonna give it the full star, man. I mean, it's just I love that we're doing the podcast just for the fact that like I look at movies and whenever we do them for the pod, this isn't every movie, but when we do them for the pod, I look at them from a more critical eye. And the reason I do that is because like they mean something. And of course, the first time that you watch a movie, it's going to mean something. It's going to mean something to you. But whenever you're sitting down at your house with nobody fucking on you and you put a movie on and you actually like pick it apart as you're watching it and you go on this experience. Like I said with the Joker, like I really needed to watch that like 2 or 3, maybe 4 more times. But I still got something out of it, and I'm sure I'll get more out of it the next time I watch it. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of those films that I watched as a kid. I enjoyed it. It means something completely different now, like 2001. It's just you relate to it in a different kind of way, and the story doesn't change. You change, and how you change affects how you take the story.
I think I totally agree with you, man. Because I'm off work for the holiday, but my wife still had to go in, so I had the TV to myself this morning, and one of my favorite movies as a kid. Now I know when we reference this when we were a kid watching Clockwork Orange, it's a completely different frame from where I'm coming from right now because we're talking like little kid. One of my all-time favorite Disney movies was The Sword and the Stone.
Right.
And like I knew it was a cartoon. I know it's a cartoon. I know it's a cartoon aimed for kids. It's a family movie, Disney, whatever. I know, I get it. But my 30-year-old ass laid in bed this morning and watched all goddamn hour and 10 minutes of that fucking movie. And like I didn't feel anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's the first time I ever watched a movie where I ran literally on pure nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It was just a lot of what you said made sense because that was.
It's the truth. Put some cheese on it. You know what I mean?
But it's nice. It's nice for being able to revisit everything sometimes like that. And that's like the power of movies, man. Like that's what's badass, dude. Because whenever I watched Clockwork Orange, I was fucking 17 again for about an hour, and and like that's the cool thing about us revisiting some of the movies we may have already seen before.
Takes you back.
Like we've already seen this one.
Many times.
Yeah. But it's it does the same thing any kind of picture would do, or song, or any other art form.
Takes you on a journey.
And just like paintings, which I think is a pretty appropriate analogy for some of Kubrick's stuff. You can look at a painting at whatever given moment in life and take something different from it the next time.
Yeah, just depending on where you're at.
Yeah. So.
Well, every time I think of paintings, I know this is off topic, but every time I think of paintings and like people feeling some kind of way about it, because I mean, I've seen art and I felt some kind of way about it, of course. But every time I think about that, it makes me think of that episode of Parks and Rec where they're trying to design the new mural that's going on inside the building, because there was like the racist one, but anyway, and they were wanting so they were all trying to design this mural, and Aziz went he went to this artist and he bought this art, and he's like, I haven't stopped looking at it since I bought it, like it means, and then at the end, they cut it, everybody's stuff up and pieces it all together, and it makes absolutely no sense, so they just leave it the same. And he's like, at the end of the episode, he's at that dude's, the guy that painted it, he's at his little studio, and he's like, this isn't doing anything for me, paint another one, and just like freaking out on him and stuff. I don't know why, but every time, I think about that, it makes me think of that episode of Parks and Rec. Just a nice little tidbit there, But do y'all want to get on to the Schmandalorian?
Everybody gave it a star?
Yes.
I'll give it a glass of milk.
Oh, full glass.
Full glass, dude.
It's not a quarter glass.
Everybody gonna give it a full glass? Because if so, it gets a gallon.
I think it deserves a gallon.
It's a masterpiece, dude. This movie goes down in cinematic history. Like,
man, if I had the money, I would. If I had the money and I was single and could live, what was it we were talking about one night, guys? It was. Sadly, we were talking about politics, but we're not going to get into it.
Yeah.
But I think we were talking about how wealthy people have such weird shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Would you own a Clockwork Orange shit? Would you have a milk room?
I would have the if I lived alone, clearly.
The tables?
I would have the fucking dispenser, the statues.
That whole room, dude. The whole room with the mannequins.
I mean, not as fucking weird retro as that shit.
Yeah, dude. Come on, dude. Very authentic.
Yeah. That would be the room that would be a picture of my house. So it'd be like, Travis Knobs had weird taste.
Be like, no, he did. I'd be defending you. No, he didn't. He loved that movie.
Nah, it was weird.
Have you seen A Clockwork Orange? Oh my God.
Yeah, sit down.
Sit down. Let's watch it. You'll get it. Like
in the Clockwork Orange room, it's just playing 24/7.
It's just strange.
And it's film. There's a projector.
Oh my God!
You bought an original cut.
I'd never leave Trav's house.
I take a lot of pictures in it.
Yeah, for real, right? But yeah, so Mandalorian. We all watched it, right?
The 4th episode or the 3rd one?
Yeah, the 3rd one.
I did. I want to say this. When he went in his ship and he sat down, I was like, come on, you motherfucker. Don't let me down, Like I was like, and he picked that little gear knob up and started screwing it back on. And he said, fuck that noise, and started cutting shit off. I was like, yes! Like, I got fucking happy, dude.
He sat in that cockpit and went, dude, I totally missed you for like a few minutes.
I totally missed you. The shit we did together. And I just pictured little baby Yoda like,
all the scenes of him walking and that little pod floating beside him.
When he went to the door and knocked on it and that eye came out and that little baby Yoda looked at it and was like, oh. I was just like, oh man, I just felt so sorry for it, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, man, is he really gonna carry? Now we all knew this. We all knew he was gonna take him in there. He was gonna claim his reward. We knew he was gonna come back and get him.
Yeah.
There's no way they weren't gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
Well, the Mandalorian's gonna be ripping everybody off.
How fucking awesome was his damn suit? Now, what I thought was weird was he went in there, he claimed his fucking basket, walked out with it, went to the chick. She's like, let me make you some fucking hummingbirds. I can't remember what they were called.
Whistling birds.
Yeah, little. Whenever he used them, I was like, you ain't got no whisker do's, whisker don'ts. I was just thinking Joe Dirt, but I knew in that episode he was going to use them. I was like, he's going to get in a situation where he's got a pew, 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 pew. But
and did he not?
Yeah, but when he went in there to the chick and she was like, all right, I'll turn this into this, and he was like, now I was watching the episode and he was like, I don't feel right about it because I was a fucking cocksucker and I lied. So I was like, all right, he ain't getting new armor. And then he got new armor, dude. Like,
yeah.
Didn't he say no to that? But then he walked out and I was like, oh shit, he's decked out.
I'm wondering what his sigil. I wonder if the end's gonna be his sigil reveal, because they keep bringing that up.
Well, during this episode, we learned by flashback that he too was Superman.
He was in a fucked up situation.
He was Superman, dude. Some shit started happening, and they put him in a pod. They was like, "Don't come out. We're all gonna die." And he, you know, I'm just saying, he got Superman, right?
Yeah.
Same thing happened. I mean, it was like, oh shit, dude, he's getting fucking. If I go crazy, you know, cue fucking kryptonite, you know?
Yeah, right.
So we see him in the pod. He's like, man, I can't do that.
So funny.
By him flashing back and thinking about his past, he's like, I can't do that to him.
Yeah.
I can't walk out on him. I can't leave this little green fucking booger bastard hanging. This little 50-year-old baby, you know?
Booger bastard.
Little booger bastard, dude. With the cutest ears ever. Y'all, when he does the half tilt ear.
Yeah.
And looks up. Wait a minute, there's a cat outside. That's weird. Anyway, it's like the saddest shit ever. You just want to pick Baby Yoda up and cuddle him and be like, it's all gonna be all right.
So
light my fire.
So I read some stuff, and I know Griffin had sent me some information on it too.
Why didn't you send me some information?
Because you hadn't watched it yet.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So something that some eagle-eyed people have pointed out, and on the second time I watched it, I realized it as well. The doctor that's in there when
the guy that was like, I saved him. That guy.
Yeah, the coat he's wearing a patch that represents the cloning facility from Attack of the Clones. Which makes sense too with whenever he's spying on the facility and he's listening to the client talk to the doctor when he says, just hurry up and extract the materials and I can't guarantee your safety.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes you wonder if like they're trying to clone creatures that are like strong with the Force and stuff.
Right. I mean, who knows at this point, man? I mean, it's just.
Come on, dude. Dude, while watching this show, you know how this show's playing out. Like
I wonder if low key their Disney is being the prototype for seeing if a series can blend in with the movies.
Well, if Loki shows up,
and I wonder if this is some shit that explains Rey's origins.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna link to something.
Like they'll explain it to where you don't have to watch it, but if you watch The Mandalorian, you'll really get it.
Let's talk about this. Wait, what's the guy whenever he comes in there and he's like, let me get some new pods? Who's the guy he's getting the jewel pods from? What's his name?
Is it Carl?
I'll say it. Black dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Hey, how good was this motherfucker in this episode?
Grief or something. He's the guild leader.
How good was he?
Yeah.
Well, he handles all the bounty hunters.
Good foreshadowing with his payment placement.
This is his territory. All right, dude rolls in there.
The minute that the Mandalorian shot him, I was like, yeah, he shot him.
And he calls him Mando. What's up, Mando? And I was like, all right, cool, all right, yeah, we're coming in. Mando.
I've watched it twice. I didn't bother slowing it down, but I swear, when the Mandalorian goes up to him and he goes, how many of those trackers how many people did you give that bounty to?
Everyone.
It sounded like he went, shit, I gave everybody one of them.
Everybody had one. And he's the only one that was able to get it. I'm a Fandalorian, y'all. I've been saying it, dude. I'm a Fandalorian. I'm in for the dude. This episode didn't disappoint. Can they keep this going?
Right.
We'll see. But this episode was good.
What
about this battle scene?
Anticipated each
15
episode.
minutes in.
I haven't been disappointed.
15 minutes in. Shit kicks off. He's got to go in there. He sits down in his ship. He's like, all right, I'm going to go catch this fuck that skipped his bell. And then he's like, wait a minute. The damn gear knob's not screwed on. Which comes back later when he dropped it in his hand. Y'all know y'all like that shit.
Yeah.
When the little baby Yoda was like, can I play with that? He was like, here you go. I was like, oh, you just want to you won't give him a noogie, dude. It's good.
Well,
it's good, man.
In a weird way, it works for his character because you would think, oh, he's this ruthless bounty hunter. Like, why?
But now you know why.
Hunter? But the thing is that, like,
we got flashbacks, dog. Now you know why.
You're getting his culture slowly kind of explained each episode. You get a little bit more.
What's that shit they say? He is the way. This is the way.
Well,
dude,
they clearly
when the motherfucking bounty hunters showed up at the end and fucking they all come in. I was like, oh, dude. I was over here like happy. I was cheering. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like, yeah. But
I was happy.
With the whole culture thing, I feel like it's perfectly within his nature because it's shown that they're very honor based.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that when he came in with the bounty, he said
he denied his kill because he
fucking duped the motherfucker. He's like, I gotta deny it because he didn't even know what I was doing. I was a piece of shit. He felt bad about it, dude. There was no honor in that.
And
they're like a samurai, dude.
Keeping that thing alive now is kind of like he's paying the debt back. If anything.
That's going to be his buddy, dude.
Yeah.
When's that thing going to grow up? 50 years? Goddamn.
Yeah. Well, they said that in that thing, Yoda started training. Who did he train? Fucking God. Training him when he was 100.
Okay.
So in 50 more years, he'll be older.
He'll be bigger. Damn. Yeah. Mandalorian probably ain't going to live that long, but.
I know, right?
Anyway, it's a noble cause, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah.
He won me over. Mandalorian's got a heart.
Yeah, he does.
And I got one. So I'm like, the whole time I'm like, because I was sitting there watching him. He went and got this. Dude, he went and got this ship, and I was like, I know damn well you ain't gonna leave that motherfucker behind, dude.
Or what if a tie-in is that this creature is the Yoda that they somehow run into in the next movie?
They're gonna tie it in.
Who's to say that isn't something that happens?
They're gonna tie it in.
Because it takes place. It takes place almost like 25 years before Force Awakens. So he would be around 60, 70 by then.
Which is almost...
Which would be old enough for him to talk and be able to interact and be a character in a movie.
He can speak.
What I mean? And it would be like,
the little sounds that he makes.
Well, he's been in hiding the whole fucking time.
Well, he had to incubate. This Yoda and his acting with the ears... Come on, y'all. Ear acting?
I do wanna know what the fucking Empire's up to.
They're on some fuckery, dude, for sure.
I feel like they wanted to extract that force so they could put it into their fucking clones. But I don't think dude didn't let it happen. He's like, I kept him alive. Don't worry.
And have a goddamn Sith army or something.
Yeah, but it didn't happen.
That would be fucking nuts.
It didn't happen because dude showed up and was like, "Give me the fucking green baby.
But
Give me the booger baby."
Who's to say the shit wasn't extracted though?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we'll see.
I mean, it took quite a minute for the turnaround.
But
yeah.
when the fucking Mando, that's what we're gonna call him from now, Mando, and he's a bad motherfucker. When he rolled up to the door and knocked on it, and that eye came out, and he just ripped that bitch off. I was like, "Oh shit, dude!"
Oh, what about that? Now, what about that fucking casual wall breach that he did? He fucking just popped that thing on there and just slowly walked to the fucking corner.
He's a badass, dude. He's the Walker Texas Ranger of fucking Mandalorians.
Once again, it's the second consecutive episode where he leaves a town and everyone's dead.
Well,
or
he
in the
even
process of dying.
He even told his fucking fellow brother, and he's like, "Y'all gonna have to relocate. Y'all know y'all can't stay here, right?" And they're like, "Don't worry about that, dude. The fucking truth is the way."
Bit of for your information, that heavy gun Mandalorian they were talking to,
the one that
John
came
Favreau.
up. Oh shit!
Wow.
What was cool was when he came up right there at the end, when he came up next to the ship, and he's like, "I gotta get me one of those. A jetpack? How funny was that?"
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the Mandalorian, dude.
Yeah, and I can't wait until the next.
I'm a fan, dude. Dude, they're not gonna fuck this up.
We're an hour and a half into the story, and so far it's mint.
They're not gonna fuck it up, dude. This is the guy that launched Marvel Gold.
Yep.
Which he had no idea what he was launching. He just made a movie.
I'm just completely baffled how just 3 episodes of a TV show has outdone 3 multi-million-dollar movies.
What was that when he went in there and he said, what was that last movie they made where they were all, it was the first like standalone film? Remember where they had to like.
Apparently this was from the aborted Boba Fett movie.
Well, remember though, that what was that one movie where they had to go in and destroy all the things and.
Oh, Rogue One?
Yeah, he was like, "We got to contact these people," and he was like, "Yeah, that's a joke." This motherfucker gets shit done. He gets shit done, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He does.
He's awesome.
He needs a raise.
He's getting, dude. I mean, when he walked into that bar, and he's like, "All right, everybody here is jealous of your armor," which looked awesome.
It did.
Travis called it. He's like, he's getting an upgrade next episode.
Well, no, actually,
it
kind of exceeded my expectation because I thought that was something that was just going to be like a process throughout the season. Like, he gets another power.
He got it early.
I clearly thought this was going to be the chest plate episode.
Which I thought was happening because Chick was making a chest plate.
But she straight up was just like,
she was making. Well, in the video, he's sitting there and it shows her put the chest plate in there and she starts pounding it. And then he walks in full suit. I'm like, oh shit! Look at these duds.
Yeah, right.
Fuck everybody.
So he's leveled.
How about this battle scene?
He's leveled up in off-world.
The battle scene when he
got what he needed so he could.
When he walks in, dude steps out. What'd you say his name was? What's his name in the show?
Carl. Oh, I don't know.
Anyway,
I think it's Grief.
All right, he walks in, and they're like, put the baby on the damn transporter, and we'll talk about it. I'm the only shot you got, and he said, "Fuck that," and did a little loop-de-loop.
Right.
Yeah.
How badass is that gun, Griffin? You know on Paladins when you get killed and you turn into fucking Stardust.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh.
Can we take a moment to acknowledge the humor of Star Wars and that a droid was held at gunpoint?
I know, right?
That was funny.
What's amazing is that he was. Did you say Grief? He was the only motherfucker that could shoot that goddamn robot in the head. Nobody else could shoot it. There's like 30 people there.
It seemed to me that he seemed to be the only one that paid attention.
Yeah. But it was still awesome, dude. He was laying on that wagon. Dude.
Oh man,
it's like futuristic. It's a wagon, dude. It's a fucking wagon. Like
the minute he rolled into the wagon, dude, in my mind I was like, oh, he's about to start popping people with that rifle, and sure enough, that fucking tip came out, and I was like, oh shit, everybody's getting
dude told him, he said, we're gonna kill you, we're gonna strip your body, we're gonna take that badass gun. He said, all right, motherfucker,
shotting fuckers left and right.
So here's the thing, he ain't going back to that place. We're done with that place. After this episode, he can't go back there.
Right.
That's done.
So where's he going?
I'm a Fandalorian. Yeah. Come on, guys.
That's like your plead the fifth.
I'm a Fandalorian, dude. This shit's awesome. Well, here's the thing, man. Remember when they were like, we're bringing Star Wars back. We're buying Star Wars. And we're going to... I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not even interested in the original trilogy anymore. I'm on this side chick shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm on that side bitch.
You on that Mandalorian side?
Well, this Mandalorian, dude, this some side shit. This a side mission.
Yeah.
And it's fucking awesome. Like, give me more. Give me more. Make more TV shows. I feel like Star Wars, they're always going to do their movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because, whatever. But the TV show is where it's at. Fuck a 2.5-hour movie. Give me 9 episodes of 38 minutes, and I need more. But we saw why the Mandalorian. He was like, when I was a kid, my family put me in this pod. They were like, don't come out because shit's getting ugly.
At first,
so we learned a lot by this episode, though. We know why he has a feeling for the fucking booger baby. He's a booger baby.
The plot obviously allows it to have this kind of pacing, and it works so well.
Yeah.
It gives you just enough each episode. It resolves just enough and sets you up for more, and that's perfect.
Right.
It's enough. It's a TV show.
There you go. So, Travis posted.
Are we all still Fandalorians? So far?
So far. I'm still holding out on my final
Why
verdict.
Are you holding out?
Because, dude, I've fucking...
Don't hold out. Would you watch every episode? You're not a Fandalorian?
I'm a Fandalorian, but I'm still
So far, yeah. But here's the thing. That's just what we say. We're all Fandalorians right now. If shit changes, I don't think it will in this season.
But
if it changes, it'll be in the next season. Because you know they're already filming another season. Like they've already we've made a fucking fortune.
Yeah. Right.
Streaming services. Fuck the theater. Fuck the theater, dude.
Yeah.
I think that Disney's gonna see the way. They don't get Oscars.
No.
Well, that's the only reason you put a movie in the theater. That's why The Irishman had to be in the theater for a few weeks, so we'll be eligible for an Oscar. Fuck that. We're done with that. Disney's got a streaming service, and they're gonna start putting everything on it, and it's gonna get better, guys. It's coming.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I want Jon Favreau to run the goddamn... I want him to be in charge. I want him to replace fucking Kennedy. Or fucking whatever her name is. What's her name?
You want him to Feige the Star Wars?
I want the chick to be gone, dude. Whoever was in charge, it was like, fuck that Solo movie. We're not making another one.
Well,
needs to be gone.
Also, I think, and maybe this is... I'm not sure.
She's going to be fired.
I don't know how the consensus on this guy really is, but
Favreau?
What I've noticed is that Mandalorian Favreau works with a guy named Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
and apparently
Baloney.
he did the Clone Wars movie that came out before the show, and he's also did this one that I started watching out of curiosity.
So is he a script writer?
Yeah.
Okay.
He also, the one I'm watching right now is one called Rebels, Star Wars Rebels.
Can y'all believe that Favreau
family friendly but really good.
What was that thing that Favreau did with?
It was Swingers.
Can y'all believe the Swingers guy?
Wasn't that the name of that movie?
It was. You're right. It's Swingers with what's his name? 122 toothpicks. Like I can't remember his name.
And maybe I'm wrong in this, but I just don't ever hear about it a lot. And I always thought it was a good movie, but very underrated. Cowboys and Aliens was really good.
It was pretty good, dude. It had fucking James Bond in it, right?
Yeah.
I liked it.
They blow up an alien ship with dynamite, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
It did not make a lot of money though, and
Had
that
Sam
was
Rockwell.
It did.
Good movie.
But
anything with Sam Rockwell in is good.
He should have some more live action because he's helping. He helped do The Mandalorian as well.
It's just amazing that Jon Favreau.
I believe he directed the pilot.
It's just amazing that in the world we're living in, Jon Favreau. What's his name in the Avengers movies? What's his name? What do they call him? Happy
Hogan, man.
Happy has pulled, dude. And to me, I think he can head the series.
As far as these large, like, blockbuster level,
he's got to be a
IPs,
comic book fan.
From comic books, Star Wars, all that stuff.
Favreau's a nerd.
I feel like he's on a level where he could probably
Favreau's a nerd, dude.
Stuff off. Imagine I wonder what Favreau would do if he had control of,
you know what I want to call him?
Not Star
Favreau.
Wars, but Star Trek.
Jon Favreau.
Would y'all watch the Favreau Star Trek?
Yeah, dude.
I think it would be very different, but it would be in a good way.
Yeah, but Disney's gonna come in clutch with that paycheck, and he ain't leaving Disney. He's gonna be working for Disney for the rest of his life, for sure.
Yeah.
He's Disney Plus.
So I feel like I need
I
need to address something I brought up on the last episode.
Let's hear it.
I posted that article about the Snyder cut going to HBO Max.
Oh, I saw this.
What's happening? A couple of articles I read. One, Danny Elfman said that there was not that Snyder never finished that movie.
Well, the editor
didn't go into the deets, but I can only assume it's because he didn't score the rest of the movie.
Yeah. But the person that cut the movie said he did.
But another person, I think it was a magazine. I'm trying to remember the quote.
Well,
they pretty much said that the idea of a copy of that film getting put out is a pipe dream.
That's what I told y'all last week.
It'll happen.
Oh, dude. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this right now. If it's going to happen, they need to do it now.
Yeah, or it's going to lose all momentum.
It's going to lose it, dude. Don't wait.
Yeah, people
are not going to give a fuck 10 years from now because Mandalorian season fucking 8 is going to be awesome.
No, here's the thing. The controversy around this is going to be enduring for a long time. That I think that it'll be.
I'm going to be on my deathbed talking about the Snyder cut, dude.
It'll be.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
the Snyder cut.
But think about it. Just picture yourself, because I'm having to do it this way at least. Picture yourself several years in the future, and it's a dry spell for movies. Suddenly, you get a update on what's coming to whatever.
Oh, it'll be on a streaming service for sure.
And it'll drop, and you're like, "Holy shit!" Okay.
But here's the thing: what if you watch it and it ain't good, and you're like, "Oh, we protested for this shit."
No, well, that's the thing. By then, it's just going to be more of a pleasant. That's what it needs to be—a pleasant surprise.
Here's what I don't like.
Thing.
Zack Snyder poured his heart into this goddamn movie, And then they stripped it away.
Well, I think me and Griffin
stripped it away, dude. You and Griffin.
The woes, all of us. But no, listen, I say me and Griffin because come on, we get an entire episode of Griffin going complete ape shit on Wonder Woman. So that's
I wasn't a fan.
It's not a. I'm not diminishing your opinion here.
Sounds like you are.
Well,
Griffin, is he? Is this happening right now? No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
But we went ad nauseum about how
all they have to do is release the goddamn movie. How hard is that? Why are they holding out, dude? What do they got to lose?
It's so ironic that this is happening.
Hey, if the movie's shit, put it out and let people decide. Because it's shit, people will decide.
Let's rewind a few years and remember how much shit people talked about these Snyder DC films.
Yeah.
Not us.
This is what happens when you do
not
that.
us. We have never talked shit about Snyder.
No, but like we pointed it out before people went into these films hating it.
Do y'all remember?
This is the end result.
Superman.
You get a movie
Snyder did
series,
Superman, right? The first one?
You get a movie series
Man of Steel?
unfinished.
Did he do Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Do y'all remember Man of Steel? Do y'all remember watching your dad? What was his name? Fucking Tin Cup. What's his name, dude?
What?
Kevin Costner. You ain't never seen Tin Cup, dude? Griffin's seen it. Tin Cup. Kevin Costner, dude. He plays a golfer in a movie called Tin Cup. Anyway,
Tin Cups
do y'all remember seeing Kevin Costner get sucked up into a goddamn tornado? And Superman had to stand there and just be like, he had to just take that shit like a little bitch because Kevin Costner was like, they ain't ready for it. Don't save my life.
Adam, it wasn't their Superman, Adam.
It was my Superman.
He was too violent.
Because he fucked fuck the city, save the day, dude.
Yeah.
If we've learned anything,
fuck the city.
If we've learned anything from fucking Godzilla, it's fuck the city, save the day.
He saves the Earth twice in that goddamn movie, dude.
And people are still bitching about it.
And they'll forever be bitching about it, even if they release
people wanted to bitch about Martha. People wanted to bitch about not understanding why Batman was wielding a gun.
They both had the same mom. I mean, they had the same name, dude. God damn, I'm over here. I just want to punch my goddamn main display, dude.
You just want to turn into that meme about the fucking wall puncher.
This is why, Kyle. Talking about Kyle. This is why we don't have a Snyder cut.
Yeah.
That's why we don't have one, because people were like, he did what? And it's like, oh, thanks. Thank you. Because you fucked up.
This is something why this stupid fucking movement even exists.
It's the reason that Suicide Squad was fucked on. It's the same reason.
Yeah.
It's the reason that we'll never get another Han Solo movie. Dude, how good was that fucking Han Solo movie?
It's really the prime example of probably the main argument and case, not argument, but more of a case for why Marvel films are so successful.
I got something to say.
Is because they let their directors do what they need to do to get the film made.
I got something to say. We got to get rid of social media altogether. It's got to go because it's fucking movies up. It's fucking movies up, guys. They're not going to make another Han Solo movie. How good was that Solo movie?
I know.
How good was that Man of Steel movie?
It was good, but let's not get carried away here. It wasn't
Travis.
It wasn't the let's get a new Harrison Ford nostalgia trip film that we were all expecting.
I would like to call back episode whatever, where we all sucked Han Solo movie's dick.
Yeah, and it's good
because it was awesome, dude.
I'm not changing my.
But here's the thing: we'll never get another Han Solo movie. It's not gonna happen, dude. Never. It's done.
But we don't need another Han Solo film.
I wanted one.
Quite frankly, we didn't fucking need this one. But at least it was okay.
Good, though. I liked it.
It was. I'm not saying it wasn't. Recall back to episode whatever where we sucked this movie's dick. Apparently,
we sucked it, dude.
Yeah,
all
did.
3 of us. We got on our knees.
But we
stroked the shaft and swallowed the gravy.
But the truth is the truth. It was. I mean, we
don't matter. We don't matter, dude. We don't.
Why the fuck did we get that first and not the Mandalorian?
But here's what you got to think about. The same thing that fucked up your Han Solo movie fucked up your Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
Fucked up your goddamn Man of Steel.
Yep.
The list goes on. Fucked up your Suicide Squad. You remember Suicide Squad? What a shit show.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
It fucked that up.
Well, it just comes down WB doesn't know how to keep their fucking hands out of the fucking...
Quit reading comments.
Yeah, I mean,
hey,
really.
We do a podcast. Don't read the comments. Because if you read them, you'll stop. You'll be like, maybe we should stop. 140 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
140.
140 different conversations.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, just to finish it, like, I think that it'll eventually happen. I mean, there's too much pressure on the studio not to.
You think they will get a Snyder Cut?
I think eventually it'll happen. I think because
they can't admit to being wrong.
Well,
I don't think they can admit it.
Or just another release of the film of what we got, but just with that one as an optional feature. Alternate theatrical cut or
we're not gonna get
shit.
It. I already said it. I said it last week. I'll say it this week. Ain't happening.
The closest that we'll get to it being released is if either now.
Let me fucking read it. Goddamn, just release the script, bitch.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, if they do the HBO Max thing, that's a possibility. But once whoever the head of WB is now steps down, you know what I'm saying? Because WB is just effectively
fucking bullshit ass. Goddamn.
Well, they're fucking their own legacy up.
They're fucking their own ass, dude.
And so when that person steps down and they bring somebody else,
my dick to the back of my ass so I can fuck myself, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like, why isn't WB
fuck face unstoppable, dude?
Well, why isn't WB going the same route that Disney's going? They have all these properties. They have all.
Why don't they start a streaming service?
Yeah. Why aren't they doing things smart? Why are they fucking themselves up? And I think that whoever
because they're listening to the comments.
Well, they're not giving the fans what they want. That's the problem. They think that they are. They think that by withholding this movie and releasing what they did and all this other shit is what the fans want. But in reality, like 90% of the fans.
If they release a fucking Snyder Cut, I'll die. I'll self-destruct, dude. It ain't happening, dude.
I also think that
it ain't happening, man. You think it's gonna happen?
I do.
No, I also think that a hard pill to swallow is
man.
the fact that any capable filmmaker that can pull
they're not going to admit
that
they were wrong.
Well, they're working for Marvel right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's also a truth as
Marvel's
well.
Marvel's killing it, dude.
We've yet to. I mean,
we've never bitched on Marvel like we've bitched on DC.
The first crossover that we're about to get, though, is going to be James Gunn's Suicide Squad, which, I mean, who knows how that's going to go.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did they cast Idris Elba?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Instead of Will Smith?
Yeah.
I like that better.
And I think that it'll be good because I think that they're smart enough. I'm hoping that they're smart enough not to get too involved into what James Gunn's doing. I mean, he was put in that position because he's a visionary director. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy.
Someone's got a vision. Oh my God, dude. Guardians of the Galaxy, dude.
So they would be doing a huge disservice to him and fans of his by censoring his shit. And I'm not talking about censoring it as in like politically. I'm just talking about. I
bought Guardians of the Galaxy on Blu-ray the day it dropped. I paid $23.
Right. Yeah.
The day it came out.
Yeah. So.
That's got to say something.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see that movie in Blu-ray. I wanted to watch the fucking Crack Fox.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see it. Guardians of the Galaxy, dude. And then they brought him back because all the cast was like, we're not making the movie unless he comes back.
I really wish we could get a sound clip of you saying Guardians of the Galaxy, dude. That's fucking, it's meant.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, like when you were enthusiastic about it.
You're fucking making fun of me.
No, I'm not.
But there's one more little tidbit of news before we move on to trailers here. We've got they're developing a sequel to The Mask.
Oh, I see that. Is that chick going to be in it?
Well, it says here that in 2005, Son of the Mask was made with Jamie Kennedy, but we're going to pretend that didn't exist.
I didn't watch that.
When we meant sequel, that's code for bring back Jim Carrey. The actor starred as awkward bank clerk Stanley Ipkiss. We all know that.
I love it, dude.
Now there's rumblings that a sequel that wouldn't be awful might be in the pipelines. Movie Web report take this one as a huge unsubstantiated rumor as it comes from a less than trustful source, but it's fun to think about anyway. Today we've that the powers that be over at Warner Brothers and New Line are maybe trying to entice none other than Jim Carrey to return in the role of Stanley Ipkiss in a sequel to director Chuck Russell's hit 94 adaptation of the Dark Horse hero comic, The Mask.
Sorry, go ahead.
Now,
he still got some more.
As far as the planned reboot goes, there isn't currently word on whether it is still in the works or if it is supposed Jim Carrey sequel is taking over, or if this supposed Jim Carrey sequel is taking over. That said, it seems until the studio has Carrey firmly in their grasp, both movies will more than likely continue on as pipe dreams at this point. Either one or the other possibilities winning out, or Warner Brothers may just decide to damn the torpedoes and give us both films in close proximity, or maybe we won't get a new Mask movie at all. So they're either going to reboot it, sequelize it, or not do shit with it. And to be honest, I'm okay with either of the options. Do we need a sequel to it? Not really. Do we need a reboot? Not really.
Does the end of the original Mask really leave it open to have any more story to really tell with this stuff?
No.
If I recall, the end of the Mask, he tosses it into the river. He goes on to be okay with himself and get the girl, and the Mask goes on to let you know that someone else is obviously going to get it.
Right. But what if it's like bound to him, it comes back and all this other shit? I mean, there's possibilities for stuff like that to happen. So, but at the same time, like, we don't really need it. And I'm not clamoring for it by any means. But if they decide to bring, with the talent that we got in Hollywood, I think that they could successfully do a sequel to it. But we don't need one. So, the fuck is the point? It's just clickbait is what it comes down to. That's all that story was clickbait. And then people on this Facebook group were like, no thanks, we already got one, this, that, and the other, which I agree with them. Like, we've got what we need. But at the end of the day, like, it's Warner Brothers, so God knows that they're probably going to fuck it up in some way. So.
Did we happen to talk about this this article about 1917?
I don't think so.
So I was reading
back in time.
It's the World War I movie.
Yeah. They went back and filmed the actual war. That would be an article I would read.
Let me see. I'm sorry, I wish I'd. Okay, here we go. Roger Deakins, who finally won an Oscar for his cinematography in Blade Runner 2049, will win, not just be nominated, no matter what else happens for his work here. What he's done here is so above and beyond that people are going to be gaga. Other noms will go to editor Lee Smith, who helped Mendez make what we think of as a continuous shot look seamless. The whole movie is continuous and mind-blowing in that regard.
Damn.
So we're getting a Birdman World War I style.
I'm down.
Oh, the Birdman movie?
Where it's just one camera, it does no cutaways.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Birdman.
Do we really need another one though? To me,
No,
it's a
they're-
one and done.
It's
No,
quoted
there's-
as the best war movie since Private Ryan and Letters to
Oh.
Iwo Jima.
I saw that link that you posted. Wait, what
I
was
was
it?
just
What was the
referencing
movie?
Birdman in camera style, not in plot.
1917.
Yeah. Oh, dude. When you dropped that link and it said better than fucking Saving Private Ryan, it's like, oh, those are some big shoes to fill.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, I will be the judge of that. We gotta get into some trailers, y'all.
Yeah.
What you gotta say,
I
Trav?
hope
What's up?
that war movie's good though. I'm looking forward to it. The trailer was very interesting.
I love the trailer.
Before we get started on those trailers, I'm gonna pee real quick. So
I'm-
y'all
Yeah,
can
go to the
I'm
bathroom.
always
cool.
I'm always down for a long shot of someone running through mortar fire.
Yeah,
Don't know
getting
why.
shot up and fucked on. Cool.
Sorry.
So it's steering away from movies, but I started a free trial of the PlayStation Now. Kind of late to the party on that, but
Right.
it's pretty impressive.
Well, I tried it back in the day, and everything that I tried to play on that ran like dog shit.
They have since fixed that.
Really?
Yeah, big
That's
time.
cool. That's awesome. Because I was like trying to play different types of games, like platformers, first-person shooters.
I was able to jump from game to game, and it was just fine. It takes like maybe a minute to, like literally under a minute to load, but it's no installs. All your saves go to the cloud. Boot it up whenever you want. It's pretty incredible.
You'll have to check back in with us next week and let us know if it's continuing the trek.
Yeah, this is day 2, and I'm still not in. I mean, it does a good job of keeping you on track even when your connection might dip, because I'm playing on a wireless connection, so it recommends that you download for optimized play, but the stream is pretty damn good.
Right.
I've had no like game ruining moments with it's never crashed on me yet or anything like that. Like,
Right.
runs great.
Hell yeah.
What's our first trailer?
Killer Therapy.
Everybody got it pulled up?
I got them all pulled up. This is all the interesting things that I could find.
Let me know we
So
got
I'm-
that trailer up, Trav.
I'm good to go.
Any minute now.
That sounds good.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, right. He's what the fuck's happening? Look at me.
Uh,
Oh, your time is up. Is it? Okay, cool.
I mean, we've definitely got to do that on the pod, right?
Do we?
I don't know, dude. It looks B movie.
I like that you dropped
Like
Honey Boy
shit.
too.
Yeah.
I almost dropped it. Glad I didn't, because you did. Y'all ready?
I'm ready for Honey
Ready,
Boy.
Honey
Trap?
boy.
3, 2, 1, play. I want to see this movie.
I want to see it.
This is some sad ass shit, dude.
It doesn't look like my type of film, but it looks like one I'm going to end up watching probably with my wife.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like it's going to be bad.
I'm interested, man.
I mean, it's obviously good. I mean, those accolades were pretty big.
I'm excited to
Shia
check it out.
LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
What's next?
LaBeouf. Three Christs.
Y'all ready?
Sure.
You ready, Griffin?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, play. Recognize him. Gurr. Richard Gurr. What the fuck is... That motherfucker's gonna kill it, dude. You know who that is. That dude. my stapler. This shit looks serious as fuck, dude. Wow. Let me come in with.
I'll give it an honest watch.
I'm gonna watch it.
I really want to see it. I'm super interested, man.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a good
That's gonna be a
cast.
It looks like a power struggle.
Well, when's the last time that we've had a really good drama like that? I mean,
Shit, I
was
can't
it the
even
Steve
name
what
it.
was that?
movie?
What was that? Oh man, a movie like this though. What's that movie that Robin Williams did? Awakenings. Is that what it was called, Deidre? That movie Robin Williams did, where he was in a hospital, but he studied these patients. Is that what it was called, Awakenings?
Yeah, that's a good movie.
This has that had that feel to me. Like he's obviously going to be there to study those guys because of that specific mental reason. And
well, you know we love Robin Williams
and he's
on the Real Estate Podcast.
Yeah.
Do what?
I said, you know we love Robin Williams. What's our next trailer?
The Last Full Measure.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Sebastian
I
Stan.
can't wait to see what he's gonna yell. He's gonna be like, I'm tired of all these motherfucking
Insert here.
people on this trailer.
Insert here.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Ready, Trav?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play. That's the guy from the other trailer.
I'm interested.
Bucky?
He's gonna take care of. He's gonna take care of business. Clearly.
Coming from.
Yeah. Hey, can I throw some news at y'all real quick? I meant to bring this up and share it, but I forgot to. You know that movie we watched the trailer for that's got Falcon and I think Sam Jackson's in it, where he's
No, I'm just kidding.
no, where he's going around and buying property back in like the 1960s.
Oh yeah, the banker.
Okay. Yeah, so Apple's doing
It's the
that
banker,
movie.
right?
Yeah, they shelved the movie. They pulled it from theaters and shelved it because allegations towards the guy that the movie's based off of have come out where he's like
piece of
a
shit.
womanizer, piece of shit, doing some shady shit that he shouldn't have been doing with possible like minors and things such as that.
2019.
Yeah, so he got doxxed pretty much.
Wow.
And they pulled the movie because they put it up and they released it in theaters thinking that it would get a nod.
Yeah, we watched the trailer.
So so that's gonna be a we'll never see.
I think that they'll eventually release it, but it'll be under the radar, direct to DVD. Nobody's gonna know about it, type shit.
Or on Apple TV because it was the Apple movie.
But I meant to bring that up. Yeah, I meant to bring that up earlier, but I forgot all about it. But yeah, they.
Did y'all recognize the white guy that was in the other trailer that was in this one?
Mm-hmm.
The guy was like, "You can't do that to people,"
Yeah.
It's like, yes, I can, because it's a trailer. What's the next trailer?
Antebellum.
Let's boost it. Y'all ready?
I watched this.
You watched it?
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but it's interesting.
Ready when you
ready? 3, 2, 1, play. That's definitely Civil War. Oh no. I didn't know they had 911 calls during those times. Now that's it. Hang on. Yeah, a little Antebellum South.
Either somebody. It seemed to me like, is their consciousness getting transported to the South and that, or like pretty much, and like is it something like that where they're just experiencing the horrors of that time period?
Here's what I think. I'm gonna throw a Griffin theory at you.
Okay, a Griffin.
These African American individuals are being targeted for some type of experiment that puts them in a village type environment in the antebellum South, quote unquote, and that's why they see the plane flying over. Because think about it. It kind of goes back to that idea of like, did the Indians see the ships that Columbus came in on?
Yes,
because they've never seen anything like that.
I don't believe that theory that they couldn't tell it was a ship because they never seen one. No, you've seen some shit you ain't never seen and be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, but it's kind of that idea where it's like you put them in this place that they're not supposed to be.
Sure.
You wipe their minds where they don't know what the fuck's going on, and you see how they react. It's kind of like the village in that way, where it's like, but instead of being born there and growing up there, they're being taken there. The black village.
The village, you like that?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
That's a Griff theory, though. So.
Feedback.
This movie looks B-movie as fuck, but it looks interesting enough to watch the trailer.
Y'all ready? You ready, Trav? 3, 2, 1, play. Did they put too much in the trailer? This dude's freaking out. Nice chair. Who? Wait, he looks familiar. That's the guy from. Oh, what's that show called? Ray Donovan. That's his brother. That's the Ray Donovan brother. He's a good actor on that show. Don't matter. Diddly-o. This shit's fucking twisted, dude. It's too British for me. I get it. Yeah, dude. What the fuck? Let me find these goddamn trailers out. That was kind of cool.
But I mean, it showed the whole fucking trailer.
Pretty much.
Or the whole movie.
I feel like I watched a movie.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so what's this Walking Dead-ish Dawkin Wed about?
What's the trailer I dropped earlier? Let's see what it's about, dude. This is something you do. You might like it, dude.
The top comment is another Walking Dead show. Really? Talk about beating a dead zombie horse. So.
Dot.
Yeah. You know.
Y'all ready? 3, 2, 1, play. Here we go. School bus. Why is it so happy? Why is it on Prime? That's terrible. Is that it? Was there more? Wait, there's more. Here we go. More trailer. This looks British. Okay. I don't want to see that.
No. I mean,
wow.
There's
honestly,
not much else to say.
Just give me those Rick Grimes movies they're making and call it a day.
Are they making Rick Grimes movies?
They're making a trilogy.
Wow.
That's fucking weird.
That'll show in theaters?
I can't remember.
Did we watch the trailer for a movie called Break?
Nope.
Y'all want to watch it?
Yep.
It looks like an anxiety-ridden fun.
Yep. Not to touch the earth, not to see the sun. Let's run. That it?
Yeah, that's it.
House upon the hill. All right. I got some exciting news when this trailer goes off.
Okay.
For the movie that we're gonna watch next week. Do y'all know what we're watching next week? I do.
What?
I can't tell you yet.
Oh. All right, I'm ready.
You ready, Trav? 3, 2, 1, play. Never heard of it. It's pretty, dude. It's Colorado. Do they have a Christmas tree? This is way too happy. It's not gonna end well for these people. Voiceover. Are they gonna be stuck in that thing the whole time? The whole time, dude? Dude, they are.
Well then.
Okay.
I mean, we've definitely got to watch that on the pod,
Do
right?
we? What were we supposed to watch next week?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna throw something at y'all. And I've been waiting for 2 hours and 42 minutes to throw it at you.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Shit. I can't remember the name of it. God damn it. Hang on. I got links. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Really?
Guess what, gentlemen? It's finally here. In all its glorious HD goodness.
At least I won't get a parking ticket this time.
Yeah. Do y'all want to watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood next week? I do.
Yeah, I kind of
Here's the thing. I'm going to watch it whether we do it on a pod or not. So, I'm going to watch it when we get offline.
Are you?
Yeah, dude, for sure, dude.
Well, hit me up. I'll hit you up tomorrow and we'll talk about it.
No, go to a pod, man.
Oh, dude, I've been wanting to talk to you about this movie for like 3 or 4 months now.
4 months, dude?
Yeah. I went and watched it in what?
It ain't been that long.
July or August?
Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta look at the date on that ticket.
I don't have it. I don't know where it's at. It was definitely.
But I'm just saying, if y'all want to do it next week, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, today happened. And we're talking cool Blu-ray, full, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of that.
I'm down for that. What do you think, Trev?
What do you think, Trev?
That's fine with me.
You haven't seen it yet?
No,
me neither. So we can watch that. I mean, I'm gonna watch it anyway. So,
yeah,
a couple of times. I've been waiting on it.
I'm cool with it.
Griffin went to a different state.
Yeah.
Stood in line, got a parking ticket.
Yeah.
You should tweet. I would say you should tweet Tarantino, but I'm pretty sure he don't fuck with Twitter. He don't fuck with nothing. He's like, I started fucking making movies and I'm fucking around with Twitter. You know, he's like, he don't fuck with no social media, dude.
He's like, fuck that, I'm out.
So if that's what y'all want to do next week, did we run out of our?
Well, we still got
Kubrick
Eyes
movies?
Wide Shut.
We can watch that after it.
Yeah,
Here's
cool.
the thing. It's available. So if we want to get ahead of the fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If we want to get in there, episode 141. I wish it was episode 140. Like, you know, what are we going to do for 200? We gotta do something special, dude. We have like a dinner or something. Like
200?
200, man. We're
That's
coming
like,
up on it, dude. That ain't that far away.
That's 60 weeks away.
60?
Yeah. We're at 140, right?
Yeah.
That's over a year and some change away.
A year?
Yeah, 60 weeks. That's if we don't miss a week.
We never miss a week.
Yeah, you're
We
right.
don't miss a week.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
could be dead and y'all would still record it. I need to give y'all the password just in case.
Just make us
what happens if I die?
We'll have to petition.
Would y'all stop doing the podcast?
Most likely.
Yeah,
would you?
Out of respect.
If I died?
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be the same, dude.
I don't know if I want to do it anymore.
Every time that we get on here,
I want to quit right now.
What do you think Adam would say about this? And then me and Travis would just
I'd be like, you know, just play some old clips, dude.
Just
don't
keep
give
it alive.
up.
Re-release the. Just make an Adam G soundboard.
Yeah,
you
dude.
live on forever, dude.
You're like, what do you think about episode 13 of Mandalorian season 17? I'm like, bitch fist.
It's like, all right, you heard it here first, folks.
Would y'all really quit?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to hurt y'all's feelings, but if one of y'all die, I ain't quitting. Because I've come this long, dude. I'm 140 episodes.
What if by some fate an airplane crashes on my house and skids all the way to Travis's house and it takes us
both of y'all die? I'll do it by myself. I'll be like, welcome back to Real Estate Podcast. Fuck your opinion. Yeah. I don't know what I'll do, man. Man, it'll be boring.
I know, right?
Why would you say that? Don't say that, dude. You're going to manifest that shit. Like,
what? Airplane crash?
Yeah, from your house to his.
No, I'm just saying, like in a freak accident, something was to happen to both of us.
I know what you're saying. I just don't like it because it's like, what am I going to do? Who am I going to hang out with? I'm going to get 2 new people. And I'm going to be like, y'all suck.
You get Trent and Corey?
I'd rather not. I'd rather just shut it down and let it be a time capsule. Trent and Corey. Corey White?
No, Corey Reed.
He don't watch movies, dude.
But then he'd have a reason to.
Yeah, I guess. But every time we're like, oh man, this movie's awesome, he's like, haven't seen it. It's like, what? How old are you? 10?
You're like, dude, I put it in the thing so you could watch it.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah.
Haven't seen it. He's like, yeah, I don't really like movies. And it's like, okay, well, maybe a movie podcast is not the thing for you.
Well, think about it though. He hasn't seen like Pulp Fiction, all these movies.
Everything, so dude.
He would be the prime person to do a podcast with, to make him watch it and then be like,
he's going to piss me off because I'm going to be like, what'd you think about it? And he's going to be like, it was stupid. I'm like, I'm like, where's Griffin and Trav when you need them? Oh, that's right. Dead, you know?
You can drive out to the grave. Like,
and like kick your headstone?
No, we get buried side by side and we have a joint tombstone for some reason.
Yeah, you got the same one. Here lies Griffin and Trav.
Yeah, and it's just a picture of us talking into a mic, like one mic between us.
A really nice condenser mic.
Yeah. You come to the...
an SMB7.
Yeah.
If I have any say in it, when I'm talking to the family, I'm like, I think it should be an SMB7, and they're like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, just put it on the goddamn tombstone.
You could drive out once a week and just do the podcast.
I don't want to do the podcast with anybody else.
No, you do it from the cemetery, dude.
Here's the thing, though. If I die, y'all don't even know the goddamn login, do you? Y'all know the login?
I think I know what the password is.
I'm gonna send it to you, man, because you gotta keep this shit going.
Of course.
Don't let me die in vain. Don't let the last movie I fucking covered be fucking Clockwork Orange. Like,
well, we gotta at least do Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, I'll live long enough for that.
And then the new Star Wars movie.
I might die next week, but not this week.
Well, we got to keep it going, dude. There's so many that we got to
You can't decide what fate has in store. I might not be here. You're like, yeah, pretty sure I can.
Yeah, bet.
Somebody's getting kicked.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all want to watch it? What's going on in Hollywood?
Yeah, I'm down.
I mean, apparently it's been available for 7 days, and I don't know how that. I have no idea how that got around my radar, but because I would have watched that shit 7 days ago. Like,
right.
But yeah, I just want to get rid of y'all so I can watch it. Got anything to say?
I do have something to tell you off mic.
Okay.
Or off pod.
All right. Off recording.
Y'all are going to think it's funny. I would say it on the podcast, but it's stupid. I'll just say it.
No, don't say it, dude. Don't. Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
So I set up back in 2008 or 9.
Yeah, that's stupid. No, I'm just kidding.
I set a Twitter account up, right? And then I forgot the email address, the password, and everything for it. So then I set another Twitter account up, and that's the one that I'm using now. So I'm trying to petition Twitter to delete that account so I can use
the
name, and they won't fucking give me the time of day.
Mm-hmm.
They won't let
every time. The email?
No.
That's on you, dude.
And every email that I've tried that would be associated with it doesn't work. None of them work.
Apparently, you got one more you didn't know about.
Unless somebody changed it. I sent them an email. Dude. I was like, I think this account has been compromised. You know, like, can you please delete this account?
They'll eventually look at it.
Yeah, I know.
I went through MySpace, and I said, yo, let me into my account. And they said, let me see your license. And I showed it to them. They're like, all right. They let me in.
Yeah.
Might be different with Twitter because I'm pretty sure your fucking license doesn't say Griffin 256.
Yeah.
Was this still, a Griffin 256 account?
Yeah.
And you can't get on it?
I can't get on it, dude.
You don't know what email you used, man?
No. And whenever you pull
How many goddamn emails you got, dude?
Not that many. Because, like, whenever I pull it up so that it would send me the reset code, it has, like, the start of an email address that I use, and then it stars it out, and then it says @, and then it says...
Yeah, so you put that in. You can see it. You can see where it starts. You're like, yep, know that email. You put it in. You get nothing?
Nothing.
Something's wrong.
There's no phone number linked to it.
Something's wrong.
I know.
Always link your phone number, kids.
Yeah.
Always link to cell. Did y'all see where the new Signal update allows you to put on tablet?
No.
Put on tablet now.
Holy shit.
Couldn't do it before.
That's cool.
Now you put on tablet. I'm excited. I got excited when I saw that.
But that's all I got. I'm trying to petition Twitter.
Good luck. They're very busy.
I know. I'm going to need
with all their Twitter shit.
Yeah.
You got anything, Trav?
Nah, man. I'm good.
All right. We're coming back next week. Checks in the mail. Bad Lieutenant decision?
being a shithead.
Eye drops. All right. I guess this is where I just stop it.
Later.